Valley. For more traffic every 10 minutes on the 5s, it's KNX 1070 AM News Radio. I'm Brian Douglas.
Southern California.
You're listening to KRTH FM and HD, Los Angeles.
It's Gary Bryant.
In the morning.
With the greatest hits.
The greatest hits.
On Earth. LA and Orange County.
K1.
Oh, here we are live at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Yes, for 15 years we've been supporting the Bob Hope USO. It's all happening this morning right here live from the Laugh Factory on KEARTH 101. KEARTH 101. We're live from the Laugh Factory. Let's do it, guys. Come on. Here we are. Here we are. For 15 years, we've...
Listening to Gary Bryan's Comedy Quinceanera.
Yeah.
Celebrating the Bob Hope USO. Live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood.
Brought to you by The Night Chef. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Chef tonight at 10 on NBC4.
And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
Oh, so smooth. Here we are, yeah.
It's live.
It's live, folks. It's all the way live this morning, and we understand that now so many people have said they're going to be here this morning. Number one, Conan O'Brien this morning right here at the Laugh Factory. I'm talking Bob Saget here this morning at the Laugh Factory. I'm talking Chris D'Elia, John Lovitz, Rob Schneider, and many, many more. And with our audience right now, back to duty military, we have Steve Hofstetter. You know him from Fox Sports. You know 120 million city tour of America. And he's Steve. Who's here with us this morning?
Well, we've got a lot of military here with us this morning because they're the only people who were willing to wake up at 6 a.m.
Except for us.
Yeah, we're very excited. And Dan, you got a second to talk to us? We were talking to you during the break. So wait, where is your microphone? All right, we'll figure that out in a moment. So Danny, can you tell us where you're from? Here.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing. I'm from Buena Park, California.
Buena Park, California. Did you come in from Buena Park this morning?
I actually did. I made that long drive.
What time did you wake up this morning?
2 in the morning. I think people were still getting home from the bar.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So you got to sleep in. That's nice. So where did you serve?
I've actually served all over. I'm actually getting ready to leave next week to Okinawa, Japan.
Okinawa, Japan. That's amazing.
Yep. Tough duty.
And how long have you been active duty?
I've been active duty 14 years total.
14 years. That's fantastic.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And I think the most important part is that you survived Buena Park.
Yeah, well, so far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, and thank you for protecting our borders from Riverside. We appreciate that.
Oh!
You're welcome anytime.
So, anything you want to tell the folks watching right now?
Just thank you so much for the support. It means a lot to us, and happy to do the job every day for you.
Well, thank you,
that's
Danny.
awesome.
Thank you very much for being a part of this.
And Steve,
We
when they
appreciate
talk
it.
about, you talk about watching, now if you're listening on the radio, there is a live video stream happening on YouTube/Laugh Factory, right?
Yes, youtube.com/Laugh Factory. You can see the live video stream, including all the amazing folks that you mentioned earlier. Will
Yes.
be performing later today.
Yes, it's going to be great. Do we have all branches represented here? Do we have Marines? Oh, they don't get up this early.
Oh, wait, we got one Marine.
We got one Marine.
One Marine.
Were you the first in? You're always the first in, right? Okay. We got some Army here this morning, right? Yeah. All right. And we have Navy. You know, I just want to say I'm from a Navy family. My dad was a Master Chief Machinist Mate, 28 years in the United States Navy. John Jefferson Bryan, we do this every year in his honor. So thank all you guys for what you do. Navy, go Navy, right? All right. And we have some Air Force here this morning. All right. How about Coast Guard?
Wow.
All right. We
Right
got some
in
Coasties
front.
here. Hey, we love all you guys, and we love doing this. For 15 years we've been doing it. We have great people supporting, like Delta Airlines, Keys Automotive coming in this year, Stater Brothers coming in, and many, many more. We're going to tell you more about that. We have a huge announcement coming up from the USO because they're moving at LAX, and this morning we're going to tell you where they're moving, and you're going to love this because it's great. They serve over 200,000 personnel a year.
I know, it's
Lisa.
amazing what they can do.
At the USO at LAX, also Ontario, Palm Springs, and at the John Wayne Airport in Irvine. So you're all here for a great cause. Thank you so much for getting up this morning and coming in. And I just want one piece of showbiz news, and Steve, you're going to be interested in this because I know you saw those pictures of Orlando Bloom naked on the paddleboard with Katie, and he's naked. And
I took those pictures.
Orlando Bloom is naked, but Katy Perry is not naked.
Orlando's full bloom.
Right, and I know what you were thinking was, why isn't Katy Perry naked, right? And she said it's because she didn't want to be naked.
It's because she knew there were photographers and she didn't want to get caught naked. Like,
Right.
he didn't care. Obviously, there was something there. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Hello, Z. And who brings us that showbiz tidbit?
Oh, that brought to you by Skechers Warehouse Outlet. Celebrate 4th of July at Skechers. Half off your second pair sale. When you buy one pair at our everyday low prices, you get your second pair half off.
Now, Lisa, would you walk over on the stage and let all the guys see the shirt that you're wearing this morning? Because they may want to salute the flag here.
Okay, but they only can salute with all their fingers, not
Yes,
just
right.
one.
Just salute with all your fingers. Here she is. It's her little patriotic getup. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Steve, would you get up and do a set when we come back?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, coming up next, Steve Hofstetter on stage, live from the Laugh Factory, on stream, and on KEARTH 101. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Gary.
Hey, you know, it's been 15 years since we started the show here at KEARTH 101, and for almost the entire 15 years, we've been working with the Bob Hope Hollywood USO. We started out with a bunch of radiothons that raised the money to expand the USO at LAX, and that was over $1 million worth of fundraising. And since then, we've raised millions more, thanks to you. So we just want to say thank you for supporting the USO, and we want to tell you how much it means to us to be able to work with the troops and to work with the military, and most of all, to work with the volunteers at the Bob Hope USO. Now, you can go to bobhopeuso.org if you want to find out more about supporting the USO. But we think this mission is really critical and really vital, and maybe now more than ever, because the military is stretched to the limit. People are going all over the world, multiple deployments. They have families. Some of these kids coming up out of Pendleton are going on an airplane for the very first time in their lives. And so they're served by the USO, a little taste of home before they leave, and a little comfort. And the volunteers, a lot of them are the age of their mothers and grandmothers and fathers and grandfathers. So it really means so much. And we have the USO at LAX now. We have it at John Wayne Airport, Ontario, and Palm Springs. So when you think about the USO, think about that and check it out at bobhopeuso.org. And a big thank you to our military, and a big happy 4th of July to you from KEARTH 101. GI Comedy Boot Camp, you were our very first winner. I was. Yes, and now you're doing the GIs of Comedy. Right. You're out with a bunch of other guys. Now, tell everybody your branch, your rank, your rating.
I was a staff sergeant in the United States Army, retired in 2005. And then I came to LA to do stand-up comedy, and I went to the GI Comedy Boot Camp, and I met a bunch of other comics who were all veterans of the U.S. military. We've been touring for the last 5 years. We've just performed in 19 different countries. I just had 6 guys go to Afghanistan last week, and they just came back. They did 10 days in the suck, as we call it, and then they performed all over at FOBs all over Afghanistan. They came back. I just got a lot of photos from that tour. They made
That's great.
A lot of soldiers happy and had a good time over there.
That's fantastic. So, Tom, when we first met, and we were down at the Laugh Factory Long Beach, it must have been like 10, 12 years ago, right?
It was 2010. I remember I just broken up with Rachel. Thanks,
Rachel.
Rachel. That's how I gauge everything in my
That's how
life,
you
who I
mark
just
time.
broke up with.
Yeah.
Well, you
So-
can't do that anymore now that you're getting married.
Already married.
Already married.
Already married.
Yes. Where's that ring?
It's on my
where is
dog
that
tags.
ring?
Oh, okay.
Right here.
That's good placement.
Yeah.
The
But she was super happy that I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to come do this. So.
well, we appreciate you being here, man. Well, so here's the thing. So we're talking. You said, "Well, I got wounded in Iraq."
I did.
And you said, "Do you want to see?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" So you had, what did you have, a GoPro in the Humvee, or you had your cell phone hanging up there?
Oh, that was 2003. This is long before GoPros and cell phones. It was a big 8mm camera that I bought at the PX at Camp Arifjan in Kuwait. And it had one of those tapes and everything, and I was rolling in the Humvee as we were on an intel mission, basically.
Right.
And everybody's like, "Why did you record you getting shot?" And I'm like, "I'm Asian. We record everything." It's just the way it is. So yeah, there's a video of me getting shot my 4th day in Iraq.
Wow.
Yeah, which is like the greatest pickup line ever.
Yeah, right.
You don't not give a guy a phone number who got shot in Iraq.
I love it, man. Well, thank you for everything you've done, man, for the USO
Absolutely.
over these years, and we appreciate you
Thank
being
you to the
here.
USO for what you guys do, for all of our service members who deploy, and that you guys provide a little piece of home. Even now, when the GIs tour, we stop at USOs before we fly overseas.
Oh, do you really?
Oh yeah, all the time. The guys at Bob Hope USO are great to
That's
us.
tremendous. Anybody here ever go to the USO at LAX? You guys, yeah? It's a nice USO, right? Yeah. When we went into Iraq back in, it seems like decades. Well, it was decades ago.
It was a decade ago.
So we found out that the USO at LAX was in like the equivalent of like a little trailer that was like open maybe 6-7 hours a day. And we said, we can't let that happen. So we went on and we did 3 radiothons on KEARTH that were like 18 hours apiece, raised about $1 million, and we expanded the USO to what it is now. Now coming up, they're gonna move the USO, and I'll tell you guys before we announce it on the air, they're moving the USO into that Encounter restaurant. What? At LAX, yeah. That is a $5 million project that we have to raise money for. So, it's going to be a busy year for the USO, and we're going to be right there beside them, doing everything that we can do to help them get that done.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's really important. Plus, the fact that these guys have expanded into Ontario, to Palm Springs, into Irvine, and they got how many volunteers now, Bob? It's like Bob Kirkjian.
756 Bob Hope USO volunteers.
Wow. And this is Bob Kirkjian, Executive Director of the Bob Hope USO. So, Bob, I know you got a big year coming up here. You've got 750 volunteers, but you need like $5 million to get this thing online, which we're going to raise this morning when Conan gets here. No.
I heard Conan's giving it himself.
Yeah,
right?
Conan could write a check for the $5 million. Are we ready? We got 3 minutes? Oh, okay. All right. 3 minutes and we're back live on the air. So whatever you want to say that's, off color, say it now.
It's 2 minutes and 59 seconds long. Okay, well, hey, it's great to have everyone here. Thanks for joining us this morning. As always, let me very quickly say thank you to our incredible friend and partner in Gary Bryan, his entire team, Brandon, Lisa, Tom Tran, and outstanding gentleman, always supporting the troops in everything he does, and Jamie Masada right back there, the founder of the Laugh Factory, and who makes this happen. Jamie Masada, thank you very much. And our executive producer, MC, man for all seasons, fellow fraternity brother, Steve Hofstetter, right there. Thank you, Steve.
Now, what fraternity were you guys in?
Sigep.
I felt a thigh? No? See, now it's only 2 minutes. See, that's how long a minute is when you're on radio.
Well, I better keep thanking people. So, hey, Bob Hope USO staff, could you all raise your hand? Bob Hope USO staff, mostly right back here, the hardest working staff any place. When I was in Iraq, we worked 16, 18-hour days, 7 days a week. I can tell you the past 2 weeks, they have matched Iraq hours. And they've probably been working 16, 18 hours a day to bring this all together, along with a ton of other things that we have going on as an organization. So thank you to the amazing Bob Hope USO staff.
Yeah, very good. So we're going to be on stream on live all morning long, whether we're on radio or off radio, usually in these tremendously long commercial breaks. I didn't say that. We're going to keep coming back to the stream. Steve is going to be working with you guys in the crowd. We got some stuff to give away this morning. So there are prizes to be won here this morning, including some $250 Visa gift cards. So, something good is going to come out of coming in here this morning. And Steve, we're about to bring you up. So, what's that? 30 seconds to traffic. 30 seconds to traffic. So we got like 1 minute before we're coming back. So, let's go ahead and concentrate here while we get ready for that. Thank you, Bob, once again. Bob Kirkjian, Executive Director.
Thank you, Gary.
And Tom, we're going to bring you up after Steve.
4 lays for $4. And this week, Banana Boat Cool Zone sunscreen is just $8.99. Target run and done. Pricing may vary, restrictions may apply.
This report brought to you by 99 cents only.
on the 5s. It's KNX 1070 AM News Radio. I'm Brian Douglas.
Celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood.
Brought to you by The Night Chef. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Chef tonight at 10 on NBC4.
And now, back to Gary Bryan.
Here we
and
are
the
live.
KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
Here we are live at the Laugh Factory. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody is here this morning, and we just want to thank Western Bagel, by the way. I want to let you guys know there are bagels and coffee upstairs. Don't everyone leave right now, though, because we're about to bring somebody up who's going to be very good on the air and on stage here at the Laugh Factory. And on our live stream, which if you're listening on radio right now, is at laughfactory.com. It's at youtube.com/Laugh Factory. You can catch it all morning long. You can see all the comedians that are coming up this morning, including Bob Saget, John Lovitz, Chris D'Elia.
Rob Schneider.
There's a shorter list of people who are not going to be here this morning, so it's going to be amazing all morning long. This is our 15th anniversary.
I know. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
We last longer than a lot of Hollywood marriages.
That's right. I have one at home and one at work. So I'm
lucky you.
Lucky me, right? I get it. I can't go anywhere to escape. Well, I'll tell you what. This morning we have somebody with us who has worked very hard on this broadcast and on this comedy quinceañera here for the USO. He's a great guy. You've seen him on Fox Sports. You've seen him touring all over the country and all over the world. He's heading out to Europe, which is a very brave thing to do, coming up this summer. Please welcome to the Laugh Factory stage, Steve Hofstetter.
Thank you. Oh, this is so exciting to do. I'm very happy to do this, especially because we're live streaming this on YouTube. And since this is for soldiers, it might be the first YouTube video ever that doesn't get a bunch of mean comments, which we appreciate. People are so ruthless on YouTube. Sometimes people go, I didn't like this video. Here's what I do. I'm a weirdo. When I don't like a video, here's what I do. I watch a different one. It's like this weird thing I do. I don't know why people feel, I don't like this video. So click thumbs down if you feel you have to warn the rest of us. Like, click thumbs down. I didn't like this video. The only reason you have to write those words out is if you're such a small person that you need that name so you can, like, show your jerk friends that you, like, messed with a stranger. I didn't like this video. You ever do anything like that, you're a bad person. Like, don't, I didn't like this free piece of art. I had no obligation to watch. Well, then watch something else. You're a bad decision maker. That's on you. You ever just walk by a restaurant, poke your head in, like, I'm not eating here. Like, all right. Other people are. What's your point? Someone tweeted they didn't like one of my videos once, and I looked at their Twitter to see who they were, and they had 1 follower. I was like, hey, man, you didn't need to tweet that. You could have just told someone. Like, why would you tweet anything with 1 follower? You should tell 2 people. Expand your base. Get the word out, you know? Tell your parents. That's 2 people. Just call your parents. You live with them, just yell up the stairs. Just yell up the stairs. I love that gets a groan at 6 in the morning. 1 follower. You realize how bad that, like, 1 follower, that means even, like, the spam robots were like, no thank you. Like, you understand? I love Twitter, though. I love the hashtags. I like to educate myself with them. Like, whenever something's trending and I don't know what it means, I'll look it up to educate myself. Like, I saw that Leviticus was trending. And I was like, why would Leviticus be trending? And I'm like, oh, maybe Kanye has a new album. So I click on it, and here's why it was trending. Because there was this group that was using a quote from Leviticus to persecute gay people. There's this quote that said, in Leviticus, it says, thou shalt not lie with a man the way one would lie with a woman. And they were using that to say that being gay was an abomination. And I was like, no, you just read it wrong. Thou shalt not lie with a man the way one would lie with a woman. That's not a prohibition. That's just basic sex advice. Like, thou shalt not lie with a man the way one would lie with a woman. Yeah, they got different parts. Change it up. You know, like, before Leviticus, just 2 dudes were doing it wrong. And then God was like, whoa. Thou shalt not lie with a man the way one would lie with a woman. And they were like, good looking out, God. And, like, that's, Leviticus was the first issue of Cosmo. My point is that you can educate yourself on Twitter. It's fantastic. But we then argue with people when they're crazy on the internet, which I don't understand. Ignore crazy. Do not engage with it. Crazy goes away. In the real world, we ignore crazy. We suffocate it with silence, and crazy goes away. Like, if there were someone out there on a street corner yelling out, Hitler is God, you would cross the street, wouldn't you? But on Facebook, everybody's like, here's all the reasons why you're wrong. Like, don't talk to that person. You should not. There should be a cross the street button on Facebook. Wouldn't that be amazing? Someone posts something stupid, be like 31 people cross the street at this post. All right, dial back the crazy. Here's the problem. It's an audience of soldiers. You guys were like, no, we would actually have to go in and tactically assault that person. We would not ignore them. Be like, we know that Hitler is not God, and that was why World War II happened. I'm so glad that you guys came in for the show. Do we have any parents in the crowd? We got parents in the crowd. Yeah, you guys came just to have a break from the kids. I don't have kids, and sometimes people get mad at me when I talk about kids in my set. Like, people will get upset. They'll be like, until you've understood the pressures of having a child, you can't possibly know what it's like to have a child. And that's true. But I've never flown a helicopter. Yet if I saw one in a tree, I could still be like, dude messed up. It's not supposed to be up there. It's pilot error. I know we have some pilots here. I don't want any of you to be like, until you've understood the pressures of flying a helicopter, you can't possibly know what it's like to fly a helicopter. I've got 3 helicopters. I haven't slept in months. I just hang out with my dog. That's what I do, because I don't have kids. I just hang out with my dog. Yeah, my dog's awesome. He's the best. He's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier named Walter Matthau. He's awesome. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Staffy as a breed, it's like a pit bull face on a pig's body. He's like a potato with feet. He's amazing. My cousin thinks that because I have a dog, that means I'm gonna have kids. Like it's a gateway drug. Yeah, he's always like, oh, you're just practicing for kids. And to him, I say, you're probably a bad parent. You shouldn't confuse dogs with kids. That's day one stuff. Dogs are way smarter than children. I have proof. I own a home, and all my electrical outlets are uncovered. They're just open to the public. My dog's never been like, duh! Like, that's never happened, because he's good at being alive. But a child will stick their finger in an outlet, get shocked, and be like, let me go find a fork. Like, it's insane. I don't know how long I'm supposed to do, by the way. I'm just up here till you guys say to stop.
Oh, is that what we're doing? We're like,
I think so.
We're giving you the
I see
hook.
a clock
You can give
down
me the
there.
light.
You
Yeah,
tell everybody else to follow that clock, but you don't, Steve.
I don't. I can't tell time. It's very sad.
Steve,
Yeah.
I just want to say something, and
Yeah.
for everybody who's listening on the radio and everybody here, a comedian's worst dream is to get up on stage at 6:30 in the morning at the Laugh Factory, and he's living that nightmare right now.
This is the equivalent. This is the equivalent of like, I'm back in high school in my underwear and I haven't studied for finals. Like, that's what this is for a comic.
Yeah, walking down the hall with something hanging out, you know, you just
Yeah.
know. Steve Hofstetter, everybody, you know, we just totally appreciate it. And for everything you've done, man, we love you. All right, let's hit this back at the radio stations, KEARTH101.com, and we are live streaming at youtube.com/Laugh Factory this morning for the USO from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. It's KEARTH 101.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's our anniversary.
15
Happy
years.
anniversary.
Comedy quinceañera. But
That's funny in itself.
But of all the things we've done over the last 15 years, and we've done a lot with the USO and a lot with the troops, you know, it's been just a lot of fun, hasn't it?
It really has, and I really appreciate you bringing the USO to this cause, our cause,
Yes.
because without you, I really wouldn't have been involved in this at all.
I know. Well, you know, a lot of people don't realize it's a 501c3 charitable organization. It gets no support from the government.
Rely on your donations.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. And then you brought people like Josh Duhamel into the fold, and, you know, just so many celebrities that you brought in over the years. And today, what a lineup.
Boy, did you do it today. You outdid yourself.
Well, we had to
boy.
get Chris D'Elia for you, Sherry Shepard for you.
My
you know.
friends.
Yeah, so
a little bit.
So happy anniversary.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
And in turn, I got you Conan O'Brien.
Thank you.
Or someone did.
She takes credit for everything anyway. So bobhopeuso.org. Find out more about supporting the USO and the troops. And thank you to everyone who is watching and listening right now on KEARTH 101.
And don't go anywhere.
So people all over the world are watching this right now on the live stream, which is amazing because there are other parts of the world right now where it's like a decent hour to be awake. And so, yeah, it's like great. They're like, oh, let's just kick back and get breakfast. And we're like, yeah. I just wanted to talk to some more of you folks real quick. Oh, we're back. We'll do that during the next break. We'll throw it back to Gary and Lisa right now.
KEARTH 101, here we are live at the Laugh Factory. A big thank you to Steve Hofstetter for going first. It's kind of like jumping into a lake full of alligators, but it went extremely well. Extremely well. Still to come this morning, Vanessa Mitchell is going to be here from Saturday Night Live. Rob Schneider, Eric Griffin. I'm just looking at all my cards here. Jeff Ross.
Oh, who's he going to roast?
From Comedy Central, from the Comedy Central roast. I love that guy. Chris D'Elia.
Where is Chris?
Cheech and Chong are going to come in here, so
put gas masks on.
yeah, get ready. It could be
smoky room.
Yeah, you think they're smoking Burbank this morning? And there is a big fire in Burbank.
I know, that's
happening
awful.
This morning. Yeah, it's Gary Bryan and Lisa Stanley live from the Laugh Factory. Conan O'Brien this morning is going to be here. Daryl Hammond, who was on Saturday Night Live and is now the new Don Pardo. He's the announcer on Saturday Night Live.
What a gig.
Which he does from his house here in L.A. He's got a mic in the closet. That's the gig, man. You know
That is. Go right into the closet to work. Oh, perfect.
Richard Lewis is going to be here. Today is his birthday, and he's going to...
Happy birthday, Richard.
Yes. Paul Rodriguez. We got Bob Saget, Robert Wool, John Lovitz. Sherry Shepard is going to be here this morning. Dave Attell. There's only one woman on this lineup.
And that's my Sherry Shepard.
Sherry Shepard, formerly
and
of The
she
View.
is funny.
Yeah, she is great. Right now, we're going to bring somebody to the Laugh Factory stage who you've seen on Comedy Central and the Bingle Show tour all over the country. Please welcome Eddie Ift.
Very much. This is great. I guess, thank you guys. I think they say you do more before 9 a.m. than most people do in a day, and they should change that to you do more than every comedian does ever. Combined, like you alone, more than us. This is the only reason I'm up right now is because I haven't slept yet. So, and I'm married too. Sorry, dudes. And I don't wear a ring because I lost it. No, I didn't lose it. I'm claustrophobic, and I am. People laugh at that because they think claustrophobia is a fear of confined spaces, but it's also a fear of constricting objects that restrict your freedom and don't allow you to hang out with your friends late at night. So I've got a terrible fear of that, and also of this thing called monogamy. Yeah, that's a terrible thing, monogamy. It's not natural. Having sex with the same person for the rest of your life, that's not natural. It's not fun either. It's like fishing in a pond with one fish. You're like, oh, look what I caught. Oh, it's you again. Oh, see you tomorrow. Oh, got you again. Yay. After 3 days of that, you're putting a schoolgirl dress on the fish, throwing it back in. Yeah, I've been married for a long time. I've been married for 3 years. And it's good, though. I got a daughter out of it. I got a little girl. And when you have a daughter, it's funny. When you have that daughter, your friends all ask you the same thing. All your guy friends are like, did you really want a girl? What kind of question is that? Of course I didn't want a girl. No, I love her, and she's going to get me thrown in prison, though, for sure. I'm not kidding. She doesn't like her car seat. She tries to fight me to get out of her car seat. The other day, I put her in her car seat. She gets out of her car seat. I had one of the seats down to the trunk. She went through that little hole into the trunk of the car. And I was like, I can't go through that hole, but I'm an adult, and I know how to use the thing on my keychain to open the trunk and surprise her and show her that I can open the trunk while she's back there. And so I did, and I didn't surprise her, but I surprised the family that was walking behind me that saw me open the trunk of my car and there's a 2-year-old in the trunk of my car. And I just hear a woman walking behind me gasp. She's like, oh my God. And I just turned around and I go, she's in timeout. You want to go there too? Yeah. I do. You guys amaze me, though, how much you travel. Because when I travel, they throw you guys on airplanes all day. I can't even. I have trouble not flying in first class. Look, I'm not an elitist person, but I get upgraded because I fly a lot. And when I get upgraded, I'm going to tell you what. I'm not an elitist, but things change. You put me in first class, I become a 1%er. Oh my God, an old lady with oxygen and a walker could get on the plane, and I'd be like, to the back with you, peasant. Oh. I'm not giving up that seat. No way. I put my Burger King crown on. I drink my my mimosa out of a chalice. I was on a plane once in first class, and a guy got sick on the plane, like very deathly ill, and I was like, what do they do? I wondered what the emergency procedure. Do they land on the highway? And we're met by no, they ask you for help. They have no airline procedure. You're in trouble. The flight attendant just got on the PA and goes, is there a doctor on the plane? Nobody answered. They're like, is there a nurse on the plane? Nobody answered. Is there a paramedic on the plane? I was like, how far does this go? So I just yelled out, I go, I'm a comedian. Because I figure, where are they going after paramedic? Like, has anybody seen Scrubs? How about Grey's Anatomy? Anybody? House, anybody? MASH? I just went over my time.
Yeah.
But you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything you do. And thank you guys for running this. Thank the Laugh Factory. And good luck with this whole thing, guys. Thank you.
Eddie Ift, everybody. Let's have a big hand for him. Great set. So we are here live at the Laugh Factory supporting the Bob Hope USO this morning for everything they do with 750 volunteers.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people may not know this, and I didn't know it growing up. I thought the USO was something supported by the military, supported by the government. It is not. It is a charitable organization. It only exists to serve the military through your contribution. So this morning we have some great people coming in to make those big check contributions. If you want to find out more about supporting the USO, go to bobhopeuso.org. And you can see all of this morning on a live stream at youtube.com/Laugh Factory. And Keys Automotive is coming in this morning, and it's going to be
Keys.
Keys on Van Nuys. They're going to make an amazing presentation this morning. You know, a lot of people will say, this happened to me this year. I was on jury duty in the Valley, and, you know, a lot of people say, hey, if you see somebody in uniform, pick up the check, right? So I'm out to lunch, and I see 4 Marines in uniform, must have been recruiters, sitting at a table. I said, I keep saying that on the air, so now I'm gonna do it. So I called the waiter over. I said, let me pick up their check. So she took the card and paid the check and brought it back, and I signed it. So I see that somebody over with them pointing in my direction. So they get up and they come around. I said, well, they're going to say something. There was a guy in a booth on the other side, like right next to me, an older guy with a younger guy, and they came by and they said, thank you for paying for our lunch. And the guy said, oh, you're welcome. And and every one of them, all 4 of them said, thank you. And he goes, oh, that's cool. Yeah, no problem. And then they walked out, and he looked over at me, and he said, you're probably the guy who actually paid the check, right? I said, dude, come on.
Oh, that's horrible.
But you know what? It was enough just to do it, but that was really funny. You finally do it, right? And that's what happened. So part of the reason that this is possible this morning is through NBC's new night shift show, 10 o'clock on NBC4.
I'm so looking forward to watching that.
So this morning, and Steve Hofstetter, are you here with a microphone? We need a microphone in the crowd. We need Steve in the crowd, okay? Because we're going to ask a trivia question. If anybody knows the answer to this, we have a $250 Visa gift card, courtesy of NBC and the Night Shift Show.
I think that's really cool that you're giving me a chance to win that gift card.
Yeah, so Steve, if you know this, finally this is going to pay off, your long hours of work.
Be the most I ever get paid to do stand-up comedy.
There you go. Okay.
Here's the question. If anybody knows this, raise your hand as Steve's going to get to you here. Which 2 Star Wars characters have been in every single Star Wars movie? Who knows the answer to that question? Anyone, raise your hand. We got.
All right, what do you got? Which 2 Star Wars characters have been in every single Star Wars movie?
That is the question.
Wait, we're counting even the bad Star Wars movies.
Yes, even just the official Star Wars movies, not the knockoffs that you make in the basement and sell on Chinese internet.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, then that changes the answer completely. All right.
Like, I'm not as confident now.
All right, what do you got? What's your name and rank?
My name is Cesar Aguilar, and I would say I think I only got one, which I believe is Darth Vader or Anakin. I don't know.
Wait, you're wasting our time. You don't even have a guess. He's like, I just want to be on camera. I don't have it. Your hand has been up for.
But that was a tremendous guess. That tremendous guess.
Tremendous guess.
Yes.
Both Darth and Vader.
Is it C-3PO and R2-D2?
Is it C-3PO and R2-D2?
Let me think. Yes, that's it.
Oh, we got it. All right, wait. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, let's find out who our
Here's
winner
a gift
is.
card.
Yes.
$250 Visa gift card?
We want to meet our winner, too. We want to know who you are and where you're from.
Come on back. We're going to...
don't lie, because you're under oath. Just remember that. Because, we know they have voice recognition, the Pentagon now. They can hear everything.
All right, name, branch, and rank. What do we got here?
HR3, Anthony Trujillo. I'm with the Navy, so...
Yeah.
We got a Navy man right here.
The most intelligent branch of the service.
Of course he knew the answer.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
You're gonna start a civil war, Gary.
Wow. That was Gary Bryan that said that.
That was Gary Bryant. That's his name, rank, radio host.
Yeah, right. Hey, listen, I worked at Old Navy, so I'm...
Yeah.
And her father wrote for McHale's Navy.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, so where are you serving, sir?
I'm aboard School of Infantry over at Camp Pendleton right now.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. So you're teaching at Pendleton.
So I'm not necessarily teaching what we as corpsmen do. We're medical staff, so whenever the classes go out, they need safety whenever they do any of their live ranges or any training evolutions.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being here today, man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, all right. We're here for the Bob Hope USO. Let's hear it. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a short break now, but coming back, Bob Zaney is up, once called the world's funniest person, represented the U.S. in that contest. Bob Zaney coming up next from the Laugh Factory. We'll be right back.
Hi there, it's Lisa Stanley. Thanks for joining us in our annual Bob Hope USO Radiothon, where it is so important to help all the USOs, but especially the Bob Hope USO right here in Los Angeles at the LAX. It's an independent nonprofit organization that serves the military and their families. Thousands and thousands of families and thousands of military people go through the Bob Hope USO every year. And it is a nonprofit organization. It cannot be run without your help. So thank you for joining. Thank you for donating. It's worth it.
San Francisco? Oh, your hand went up like you were about to say Egypt. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, I'm from like a couple hours. The flight's like 45 minutes. It's a lot. That was like playing poker, and she's like, I'm going to win with fours. Where are you from? Chapel Hill, North Carolina. That is a solid opening bid right there. Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Where are you from? Youngstown, Ohio. That's about, yeah, I'd say that might be, it's hard to say. It depends on if you're taking like the Greyhound bus or if you're flying. Where are you from? Vero Beach, Florida. That beats them both. Decatur, Alabama. That is not as far as your hand should have gone right back down. You're like, she's got aces. Well, I got kings. Be like that. It's good, but it's not aces. Anyone from further than Florida? Where are you from? New York City. That is, yeah, because that's up from here. Where are you from? El Segundo. El Segundo here? Like, oh, come on. Like, where are you from? I'm over on Laurel Canyon, actually. I walked over here. Where are you from? Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, we're doing this incrementally. What is that? That was just someone's phone that rang. I was like, we're out of time. Be like, no, someone's just being a jerk. All right. Is anyone from further than Boston, Massachusetts? Where are you from? Texas. Yep. Look, I know it's a separate country, but still. Are you allowed to serve in the U.S. military if you're from the country of Texas? Texas is always like, we're going to secede. Like, who's stopping you? Like, I've never seen Oklahoma be like, no, don't go. Who's going to make fun of us if Texas leaves? I think the secessionist movement in Texas started just because someone mispronounced the word succeed. Yeah, I think they were just like, oh, we really want success for our children. Well, I want to secede. Do you want to secede? We should all secede. This guy's going to murder me for making fun of Texas. Their official slogan is, don't mess with Texas. No other state is a threat. Like, no other state knows, like, leave Rhode Island alone. Like, no other state doing that. Well, we very much appreciate you guys coming in from places, far and near, as far away as El Segundo. Is anyone from closer than El Segundo? Where are you from? Van Nuys. Yeah, and you knew not to say you were from far away. Oh, you can go right to Keys. That's awesome. They're right in Van Nuys. I appreciate that you said Van Nuys and not one of those people who pretend it's Sherman Oaks. That's important. Be like, where are you from? Sherman Oaks. What part? Van Nuys. People do that all the time. Like, I'm from New York City, like born and raised in Queens. And all the time, like, I went to college in New York, and people are like, I'm from New York, too. Be like, oh, what part? Connecticut? And you're like, that's not. It's a different state. You're from New York adjacent. Well, you folks, we very much appreciate you coming in from all over the place. Clearly, it's a very diverse crowd that's here right now, which is wonderful, because you don't always get diversity as a stand-up comic. Sometimes you play to a crowd that, a little all the same. Like, I do a lot of college shows, and that'll happen often. Like, I did a show at Kenyon College in Gambier, Ohio, and that school is whiter than a sale at Bed Bath & Beyond. And I was teasing them. I was like, oh, you guys are so diverse. You guys got white kids from Ohio and white kids from not Ohio. It's like, I want to thank the minority population of the school for coming to the show. He's sitting there. And then I just pointed to a tan kid in the front. And activities director gets real upset with me. They're like, there are a lot of minorities on this campus. They just weren't at your show. I'm like, where were they? She's like, they were busy. Doing what? Taking pictures for your school brochure? Like, come on. Same black kids in 16 pictures. Had to explain. He's on the cover twice. What the hell? He's shaking his own damn hand. Something's wrong. Back to Gary.
8 seconds.
Back to Gary. Then we're going to a song. We're going to go to a song. He's just going to do a quick little thing here. Yes.
Live from the Laugh Factory and brought to you this morning, Stater Brothers, Make It Impossible, right here on KEARTH 101.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud.
Hey, everybody.
We got this mic on also. All right, so this is Tom. He was on the air earlier. You guys saw. Tom got shot 4 days into Iraq, which is amazing. Do you have like a contest of like who gets shot the quickest? Like, do you feel? Because like some people might be like, I was only there for 2 weeks and I got shot, and you're just like, I got you.
Well, the worst part was like I had buddies who were Rangers who like jumped into Baghdad. They're like, Bobby got shot in the leg. Kevin got shot in the arm. What happened to you? I pooped my pants after I got shot in the head. Really? Yeah. Well, I had burritos for lunch, so there.
Yeah. Did you actually poop your pants when you got shot? Is that a thing?
Not when I got shot, but
when you were watching the footage.
No. So.
Or just after the burritos.
This is what happened. So we had lunch.
Yeah.
At the Chow Hall down at Camp Arifjan, and we had burritos for lunch. And
so that's real.
That's real. So. Chow Hall burritos, probably not a good idea in Iraq because not a lot of Mexicans there. We walked out of the Chow Hall at Camp Arifjan, and they play an alarm because they had just launched a missile from
Yeah.
Iraq. And when they played this alarm, that was your cue to put on your protective mask and like run to the bunker. So I'm like, oh no, I just ate Mexican. I don't know if you've ever eaten Mexican then immediately gone for a jog, but that is a super bad idea. Because I throw on my mask and I start running, and I'm like, I gotta fart super bad. First thing I think is, it's loud. We have masks on. No one's gonna hear this.
Yeah.
So
By the way, that's probably the best time to fart.
Yes. So I let one go, but sharted my pants. In full mop 4, 103 degrees. So we get into the bunker and we get hunkered down, and my captain is taking head count. He looks over and looks at me and goes, "Hey, Sergeant, I don't think my mask works." I'm like, "Why not, sir? I can smell you. And smells like salsa and soy sauce. I don't know what you had for lunch, but it's terrible." I was much more manly the day I got shot. There was a lot of cursing that day.
I think that the rest of your unit should have been given a Purple Heart. Do they give that the Purple Fart? Is that?
They should.
Yeah.
They absolutely should.
You know, what I love about that story is like a lot of people who have never served like forget the human aspect of battle. Like when you're rushing into battle, there are still things like, what if you have to like blow your nose and you got like the mask on and you're just like, well, I'm just not gonna be able to see. I'm just gonna sneeze on myself.
Yeah, that's why that NBC training comes in handy with shooting with a rifle. I had dysentery.
Wait, NBC training?
Nuclear biological chemical.
Oh, I thought you meant like watching NBC for a while.
Yes, they make you watch Scrubs.
Yeah. I was like, watch the new show. What was the new show that's sponsoring us?
I don't think they want us like referencing
Night Shift.
them.
No, I'm saying that's what you should watch to feel better about yourself. They're a sponsor.
I also had dysentery during a gunfight, which was awesome.
Where did you serve? The 1800s? Like you had dysentery? That's a thing still?
It was Germany, 1914. They thought I was.
Tom
the
is very
Japanese.
old.
I'm Asian. I just look very young.
Yeah.
I'm 63 and a half years old.
All right, so we got 30 seconds. What for folks like me who have never served? What's the thing that you think would surprise us the most?
We love it when people thank us, but we just want you to know what you're thanking us for. Like I had a guy come up to me at a barbecue and said, "Hey man, thank you for your service. Today is for you." And I'm like, "It's Arbor Day. It is literally not for me. It's about trees."
And
today.
now back to Lisa and Gary over at KEARTH.
That's funny.
You're listening to KRTH FM and HD, Los Angeles. It's Gary Bryan in the morning with the greatest hits.
The greatest hits.
On Earth. LA and Orange County.
K101.
You're listening to Gary Bryan's comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Shift, tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
Hey, here we are at the Laugh Factory. And we are live, all the way live, and everybody's starting to wake up, including us. It's good. We usually sleep till about 8:30 in the morning, so, here we are in KEARTH 101, almost 7 o'clock in the morning. I guess a huge fire in Burbank today, Lisa.
I smelled it coming out of our apartment in Brentwood.
Yes.
And I thought the building's on fire.
Right?
I did. I walked around the whole building thinking smell is right in our backyard.
Every time I smell smoke, I think that's it. I'm having a stroke. It's over. There goes the career. Well, we are here today. We got a lot of people coming in, great comedians coming in this morning, and Eddie Ift and Steve Hofstetter have already been on stage. Tom Tran, who has been entertaining this morning while the commercials and the music are on, and he is on our live stream at youtube.com/Laugh Factory. You can see this all morning long. It's going to be a great show, so stay tuned. There's much more to come. Right now, let's welcome a guy to the stage who represented the United States of America in the World's Funniest Person contest. You've seen him on The Tonight Show, on Last Comic Standing, and the Zany Report is on radio everywhere, including KEARTH 101 this morning. Welcome, Bob Zany.
Thank you. That was so unexpected. Thank you. If there's any way I can live up to half of that, I'm going to give it a shot. Thank you. Hey, by the way, I got to point something out. Gary and Lisa are very concerned about the material that I chose. Don't want to be off color or offend anyone. So I want you to know, rest assured, I got rid of those jokes. And I want to thank you. You've been a great crowd.
Yeah.
Very excited to be here tonight because it's the morning. And by the way, give Jamie Masada a big round of applause. What a great guy he is.
Yes.
Jamie is a true humanitarian. His staff is here today, and he's paying them undertime. That's the opposite of overtime. I always love playing the Sunset Laugh Factory, you guys, because that Trader Joe's is right there, and I live in the valley. I live in Lake Balboa, which is Spanglish for Van Nuys. A lot of you stationed in San Francisco, I guess. What happened there? But anyway, the Trader Joe's in Van Nuys and Encino, that's the one I go to. You go to that one? The parking's horrible. But you know what's fun to do is watch two people with coexist bumper stickers fighting for a space. Coexist means that you probably would get along with that person. Let's hear it for the Coast Guard over at the little booth over there. They're great guys. Give them a big round of applause. You know what, Gary? They actually offered to scrape their barnacles off my hull.
Whoa.
Sometimes when a ship is in water, marine life clings on. I'm going to be telling some jokes a little later on. I have to get this lecture out of the way. Jared from Subway called. He wants to know if you want to get together for an 8-inch.
There you go. Great starts. Bob.
Did I cross the line on that one?
Way over.
Borderline.
It's a new subby. You just happen to be there, man. You know that, right? You're the lucky winner. I know you want to win Mega Millions, but this is probably going to be it for your life. Life isn't fair. What is your name? Give Mario a big round of applause. Thank you, Mario. Thank you. You're a good man. You know why, Mario? You never gave me that look. I got a gun out in the truck. I've done those shows. Shreveport, Louisiana. Yeah, a guy in the audience yelled, "Are you a Yankee?" And I never thought about it. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. So I said, well, no, I guess I'm a Mexican. De nada, poquito español. Mario, and you're in the Navy? And you've got a special badge and everything, so you must be in charge of these three guys. That's a great tat you got there, by the way. I don't have any tats. I have some moles I should have checked. Should I slow this down? By the way, where's Danny from Buena Park? Danny, great job, man. I was stationed at Knott's Berry Farm. I did 2 years at the Birdcage Theater. And Tom Tran, give Tom, where's Tommy at? What a great guy he is. Tom, you're a very funny guy. And by the way, I love that you got shot in Iraq as a pickup line. I was mugged in Pacoima, nothing. Pacoima is part of the valley. Don't I look like an insurance salesman who hasn't sold a policy in about 5 years?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're just keeping me around for the white guy quota? I actually went shopping at Forever 51. By the way, I love the top of the show, the introduction. Conan O'Brien's going to be here. Bob Saget's going to be here. And many, many more. So that's my new name. I'm many, many more. Never felt more special to be on a program. A great shirt, by the way. Old Navy called. You got to get it back, Gary, okay?
That's right.
Old Navy is more of a discount. What is your name? Tammy. Tammy, you are beautiful. Has anyone ever told you that? A couple of times? Well, didn't mean to bore you. Maybe Tammy could look up the word modest. Oh, come on. She set herself up. I'm a trained professional. When Jamie first called me and said, could you be here today? And I immediately said, can I get back to you? It's a joke. God. This is a very sensitive crowd. You know that? This is like a bad AA meeting. Because usually they don't have a bar in the back. That's why I stopped going. Where are you from, Tammy? Oh, East Palestine, Ohio. I've been all over Ohio, but I've been to Wapakoneta. Have you been there? There's a reason. What's your name, sir? Keith, nice to meet you. And what's your rank? You should probably know off the top of your head, Keith. You're an E5? Do you look at the E6s and go, oh, one day? That would be the next number up. I'm trying here. Yeah. By the way, I'm going to be in Jackpot, Nevada this weekend at Cactus Pete's. And last time I was there, I was in Lisa, you've been to Jackpot. It looks like it.
Tons.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Let me describe Jackpot, Nevada. It's 3 casinos, general store, post office, trailer park. I'm walking to the casino. Older gentleman at the penny slot looked up and said, hey, Bob Zaney, what's the joke of the day? I said, you're a winner. Because I'm a people person. I love people. And I truly believe without people, we wouldn't be here. The hell did I lose you on there? Wrap it up?
Wrap it up, Bob.
I'm sorry, I apologize for getting laughs. I know you were looking for a sound check about now.
Yeah, test.
But anyway, you guys, I do want to thank you for your service. I think Arbor Day is a very important day for everybody. My dog loves Arbor Day. And you've been great. I'm Bob Zaney. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Bob Zaney.
Funny.
Fabulous, Bob. Fabulous. We're good. So now we're going to bring a guy on stage on the radio who has been on the live stream for the last few minutes, but he's one of our good friends, and he does traffic reports for CBS Radio. That's his gig now, along with the GIs of comedy. He was our first winner in our GI comedy boot camp that we did at Laugh Factory Long Beach. We've been doing this for a long time. This is our 4th broadcast here, but for 15 years, raising money for the USO, and one of our real heroes. His name, Tom Tran. Come on up, Tom. United States Army, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning, Laugh Factory. How you guys doing? How many of you, like me, walked into your recruiter's office and said, I want to wake up early as hell in the morning, put on my uniform, and go sit at a comedy club? That's what you thought those recruiting commercials were about. How many of you literally got voluntold to be here? That one Marine who hasn't smiled in an hour and a half, he definitely pissed his commander off. That is why he's here. I've been retired for 12 years. I got voluntold to be here. Gary just walked in my studio. He's like, you're going to be at the factory at 5:30, right? I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, you are. I am retired from the Army. I'm a retired United States Army Staff Sergeant. Who?
Yeah.
And I got retired because I got shot, as you heard. And people are like, how are you retired? You look like you're 12. I'm Asian. Come on. We look great. Have anybody of you been to Korea? Right? You know, Asians, we look great until one day we don't. And that is not a subtle decline. That is a sharp drop-off. Like, Lucy Liu is beautiful to the day she turns 60, then she's going to look like Mr. Miyagi and just... So like Gary said, I work on the radio. I'm the traffic reporter at KNX 1070. You guys drive around LA at all? You're stuck in the traffic? I'm the guy that tells people how to drive, which is ironic if you've ever driven around Asian people. We're not good at it. It's not a stereotype. It's for real. Like, I drive by accidents. I'm like, don't be Asian. Don't be Asian. Ah, come on, man. It's weird because I work on the radio. Nobody expects this voice to come out of this face. I get it. This messes a lot of people up. I had a guy come up to me after a show. He's like, you're the guy on the radio, right? You're really good. You don't sound Asian at all on the radio. How am I supposed to sound? Don't take 405. Number 1 lane, I'll mess up. Like, we don't all sound like that. You know that, right? It's 3 of us. Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Mr. Miyagi. The rest of us talk normal. One thing about traffic in this town, traffic will teach you how much you love other stuff. Like, have you ever thought to yourself, I want to go do something in Santa Monica, and you're like, oops, 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. I guess I'm having cereal for lunch. Like, that's... True story. I just went to Santa Monica a couple of weeks ago to see a friend in a play, another Army vet, Vietnam vet. I drove to Santa Monica from the Valley at 5 p.m. on a Friday. to see a play that my friend wrote. I don't like any of those things individually. Plays, Fridays, Santa Monica, none of them. I did them all because I value this guy's friendship. That's how much I love him. In the meantime, I dated a girl in Huntington Beach. Gas is like $3 a gallon. Last week I was like, listen, we can't do this. It's really expensive. It takes 2 hours to get down here. If we keep doing this, the terrorists win. So we can't. That's a lot of gas to be going in my gas tank for a relationship I really don't want to have. You'll occasionally see me looking at my hand, and I'll explain why I actually have to write my jokes on my hand, because I am what you call unprofessional. But the real reason is, and you guys heard, I was wounded in Iraq, April 3rd, 2003. My first mission outside the wire, I took a 7.62 round to the back of the skull from an AK-47. And I have a really tough time remembering things. And people are like, that's terrible that you don't have a good memory. And it's not, because I live with a woman, and could be the best thing that's ever happened in my life. I have a built-in excuse to forget everything, and she can't get mad at me because that would be unpatriotic. I went on tour last year and called her, let her know I made it safely. First thing she says is, you didn't fill the ice cube tray. Yeah, I guess I forgot, sorry. She's like, why did you forget? Because I got shot in the head. Fighting for your freedom. So which one do you want, ice or freedom? Because you only get one. You don't get both. That is selfish. There are kids in Afghanistan that would love ice. I'm pretty sure they want freedom too, but ice is a lot easier. We can just truck ice in. What's up, Navy? Can I tell you why I don't like the Navy? Let me tell you. For my entire career in the Army, I have saluted so many Navy E4s because you got birds on your collars. I'm walking around going, is that a 19-year-old colonel? What is that? I don't... I was an NCO. I retired in NCO. I retired in E6, and I miss the Army. I'll tell you, I still perform. I still do this for you guys. I still wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to come do this because I miss serving. I miss being an NCO. A lot of things have changed since I left the Army. I'm going to preface this by saying this is a joke. A lot of things have changed. I retired in 2005, and for the first time ever, women are being allowed to fight in the infantry. You guys have heard this, right? 3 women graduated from Ranger School. It's a huge deal. A lot of people feel very differently about this. A lot of people have very strong opinions. I spent my entire career in Army Special Operations. Personally, I don't think we should do it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's okay for us as a country to unleash that kind of violence and psychological warfare on our enemies, no matter how much they hate us. Have you ever fought a woman? Much less a platoon of them? Are you out of your mind? I've been to Iraq. I've been outgunned 10-1 in a firefight. I've been surrounded by a battalion of Iraqis. I have also been divorced. Guess which one I would rather do again? Guys, that's all my time. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. My name's Tom Tran.
Tom Tran, everybody. Tom Tran, live from the Laugh Factory. And we are streaming live. You can find it at KEARTH101.com, BobHopeUSO.org, and, of course, YouTube.com/Laugh Factory. Coming up next, we have a gentleman by the name of Ruben Paul who's going to be taking the stage. But right now, we're going to take a short break, and we're coming right back on KEARTH 101.
Hey everybody, it's Brandon Castile, producer of the Gary Bryan Morning Show. Thanks for watching the live stream going on this morning from the Laugh Factory. So we got a lot of cool comedians coming up, but I also want to take the time to say if you'd like to find out how to support the Bob Hope USO, simply go to bobhopeuso.org and click the big old donate button right there. Everything you need right there in the clicks notice, all right? So we're going to be back with some more great comedians, so stick around.
Cross that international date line, right? So the whole time you're there, you're going, well, it's Tuesday in L.A. It must be 1985 here.
This is my fault for asking him back up. Now, I'm just mad you made fun of my vest.
Oh, no, it's great. I love the way you button it.
Yeah, thanks. Did I do? Now you're making me look. Did I do it wrong? Okay,
No, you did.
I
you
did
look
it.
great. You look great.
I appreciate
but you guys,
that.
the key to this right now is when they're off here. As you can see, Lisa's diligently looking at her Facebook page.
Yeah.
Twitter.
No, she's just
at Bob Zaney, by the way. Okay, tweet me out. Okay, Lisa, do something. By the way, all this camouflage here, I only see a lot of heads.
Lisa's actually looking at her last Facebook post and just reloading it to see if it got likes. So that's the. She's laughing because she's like, that's exactly what I was doing.
You are so
actually.
technical. Right now, I'm downloading all my 8 tracks to cassette.
Yeah. You can reach Bob at his AOL address.
No, my MySpace. Hey, it's MySpace. I got a new song out. I hope you all hear it.
You know, there's I went back to MySpace recently because it still exists.
It does. It's there.
Which
It's
is
on-
amazing because
Yeah.
Vine was like, we're out of here, and MySpace is like, we're holding on, and no one's there anymore. Like, I posted a status. I had 500,000 people on my MySpace, and I posted a status to see, and it got 0 views. Yeah, MySpace is like, I realized, like, because millions of people were there, and now they're gone. It's like Internet Detroit. Like it used to be, and then everybody left. Now it's just bands and rappers. It's pretty similar.
You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to let you dig that hole.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have a lot of Detroiters here?
Come on, we got some people from the Mitten.
No,
You from the Mitten?
That would make sense that there are a lot of people from Detroit here because similar conditions to overseas. So,
wow.
If you want to train to serve, you know the best thing to do is
Somebody
to,
who wasn't rebooked back at the Comedy Castle in Detroit. You're a little angry. How you doing, man? What's your name? Devontae. Oh, that's a beautiful name. My name is Bob.
Yeah.
Not as pretty as it, Devontae. Is that French? Parlez-vous français? Un peu français, merci beaucoup. Que sera? Ménage à toi. And last word of French I know. Surrender.
Yeah. I just like that he technically did ask Devontae for a ménage à trois. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that.
Not technically. I mean, it was more under the down low.
Yeah.
Devontae, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Oh, Chapel Hill. I've been to Charlotte, and because I had a dog named that, so it made sense. I don't have any dogs named Chapel Hill.
You've got to fix that.
I got to fix that. My dog Norman, though, you're going to love my dog Norman. He's part Chow and part whoever got to his mom first.
I had a Dalmatian Chihuahua.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, which that means something terrible happened.
I would think.
Like, that's not romantic. There's no Romeo and Juliet
No.
of like, our love is forbidden because it's physically impossible. Like,
Well,
there's
why don't
no-
you tell the folks the truth? You had 101 of them.
I had that was.
Because 101. But my dog Norman gets to do anything around the house, and it's okay with my wife, but I have limitations. You know what I'm going through, right, Steve?
I do because I'm divorced now.
Yeah, you are. So the other day, little Norman ran into the living room with a piece of poop in his mouth. And she's laughing and laughing. Oh, when I do it, I'm sick and need help.
Yeah. When you do it, it's Tuesday.
2 for
All right.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Number 2 for Tuesday.
So
Little radio talk.
Bob, you've been in comedy for how long now?
This is my 40th year. I was on the Gong Show in 1977 when I was 15.
That is amazing.
First
That
time
was
I
your
ever performed.
first
time I ever performed.
Holy crap! When you're
And-
15 years old, you knew what you want to do at 15.
At 15, I wanted to do this, and my dad, you know what my dad always told me, Steve? He said,
Yeah.
Bobby, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Yeah, of course, he was always on disability.
So, so Bob,
Yes.
I mean, you've seen a lot of different eras of comedy.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, and do you like now that, because I mean we're live streaming on YouTube?
Well, I know. I love the whole YouTube thing. I have an app.
You have your
President
an app?
Lincoln, I leave the play early.
Yeah.
Too soon?
This
What
is-
the hell happened?
That's how long Bob's been doing comedy.
that's how
Actually, that
long.
was an original joke
No,
at
but,
the time he started. It was actually current.
Well, when I started, we used to send out a cassette tape of our act, and then it went to the VHS tape, and then DVD, and
You
now
would
it's
send out a
link.
cassette tape.
That's what they would do in the early, late 70s. You sent out a cassette tape, and no one would listen, but they'd book you anyway because there was 8 comics.
Yeah, like right now, people will send like color headshots. Before it was like black and white. Did you guys do like sketches or cave drawings, or like how did it? He's gonna murder me right now. This is.
Hey,
All right.
Steve, do you like to travel?
I'm afraid of where this is going, but yes.
You do like to travel? I hear
do.
euthanasia is great this time of year.
This is I'm just young.
I
just
love
happy
the
you call me
readers who
youth.
get the jokes out here, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I am a people person. I love people. I saw this guy the other day. He looked exhausted. I said, "Sir, you should get some sleep." He said, "I'll sleep when I die." I said, "Why don't you go to bed early?"
Yeah.
I had a guy come up to me after the show. A lady actually came up to me after the show. She said, "I thought you were very funny in the beginning, but at the end, I did not like you." I said, "Wow, that's so weird. I saw you walking over and thought you were so pretty. No, not so much."
Yeah.
Because it's about people with me, Stephen. You know that. You're from Indianapolis, correct, originally? Or
New York City.
Same thing.
Close.
And the point is, it's east. It's east, okay?
Yeah, it's east of here.
Gary, thank you for coming back. Did you get a new LA hat? Anyway, I love Gary Bryan. He's a great guy, and I love calling into the show because their system never works when I call in, and that's their excuse why I'm not on the air. Huh?
There's a reason for that.
I know. That's what I just said, Lisa. Thank you. Please don't become a recruitment poster because it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? I smell desertion. Anyway, really?
This is the roast part of the show. This is great though, because like usually at like a comedy show, if there's a heckler, like we can get mad, we can make not you guys. You guys are like trained.
They
like
are
if someone's
trained.
like, I'll take care. Oh no, you can say whatever you want. You're armed. Actually, you're armed and trained.
But you know that.
Yeah. That's Larry works for KEARTH. That's. I didn't say you could. I wasn't encouraging it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Larry, thank you very much for that support. And we have right here with us a celebrity, don't we? Give
Look
Jamon
at
a
that.
big round of applause.
Are we? We're holding off till it's on the air, right? Because Javon is way too famous to do what we're doing right now.
No,
which
he'll
is
go
like
on the air.
we're doing this for like some people on the live stream, but we're gonna put Javon on the actual radio. Where like people
say
can
something,
can
Steve?
listen. Yeah.
He asked me where to park, and everybody thinks I work here because I'm in this suit. If I have to tell one more person where they have to poop, I'm not going to do it. That would be using the bathroom.
Yeah.
I
That would
look
be what
at you
Tom
and
did when he was shot.
I just look at you and I want to watch a Yul Brynner festival.
Yeah. All right, we got about 25 seconds till we're back on the radio with KEARTH. One more time for Bob Zaney coming up and doing this one more time.
Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Shift tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
Today, for 15 years, we've been helping the Bob Hope USO. They're now at LAX, Ontario, Palm Springs, and in Irvine. 750 volunteers, all supported by donations. It's the only way they get their dough. If you want to find out more about how to support the USO, go to bobhopeuso.org. And now we have we're live streaming too on youtube.com/Laugh Factory, and you're going to want to check it out right now because
there's a giant human being sitting next to me. It could be a tree. I'm not sure.
Jamon Brown is here from the Los Angeles Rams, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Jamon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Good, good. I see you brought a helmet here for.
Most definitely. Most
yeah.
definitely.
Tell us about the helmet first.
Well, it's one of our very own Rams helmets.
Yes.
We have an autograph here. I think I'm going to sign it before I turn it over to you.
Please do.
But,
yeah.
It's on behalf of the Rams and partnering up with the Bob Hope USO.
Oh, fantastic. So I understand the Bob Hope USO is going to auction this off on their website.
Mm-hmm.
Going to make some money with that. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, if the Rams would play a little better, Jamon,
Yeah.
just saying.
Oh.
Just saying.
Got to get the elephant out of the room.
Yeah.
You gotta say it.
But Jamon, that's why she's between you and me. That's why we put her over there. So what's going on with the Rams? Hey, All or Nothing is the show on Amazon.com about the Rams training camp and what's going on. How did that go? Are you all over that show?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully I got
You
a
don't
little
know
TV
yet, right?
time, but Yeah, it basically covered the move from St. Louis to Los Angeles, and then followed us all the way through training camp, and kind of gave you an inside preview of what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, I hear a lot of screaming and yelling on it. You're a loser! You got to win!
We got a lot of that, but I think this year is going to be a turnaround, and it's going to be good things for us.
You need to eat a little more and get a little bigger for that to happen.
I'm trying.
How did you feel about coming from St. Louis to L.A. and playing for the L.A. fans? Because it's a little different, a little more intense here than it is in St. Louis.
It's a lot different, but the energy that was brought out when we came out was awesome, and we're gonna do our best to try to give the fans what they want.
Yeah, which is super
wins.
Success.
Yeah, just win first, then
right.
We'll worry about the Super Bowl later. So all of the episodes of All or Nothing, the LA Rams, are available today, starting today on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
We know you'll be watching.
Oh yeah, I'll tune in.
Where do you guys train, by the way? Because I know your offices are in Agora Hills.
We actually train right now in CLU, Cal Lutheran.
Oh,
and,
okay.
We'll go to camp.
When does that start?
That's actually our home, basically. But we'll go to camp at the end of July. That'll be in UC Irvine. And then we'll travel back up to UC, to Cal Lu for the regular season.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time to come out here this morning, man.
Thanks for having me.
Representing our LA Rams. We totally appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, go Rams, baby.
All right, Jamal Brown. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's talk to Bob Kirkjian, the Executive Director of the Bob Hope USO. Bob, thanks for being here today, and thanks for all that you do and everybody. Let's hear it for the 750 volunteers at the Bob Hope USO. You guys have done such a great job. And Bob, one of the things I really love about what you're doing now is that you're doing stuff for the military personnel, not just when they're traveling, but also here on the home front. Tell us about that.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. And in particular, we have spread out onto bases around the region. I mean, from Edwards Air Force Base up to Vandenberg, all the way down to the Joint Forces Training Base in Los Alamitos, out to 29 Palms. Every place we have troops in this region, you can find Bob Hope USO supporting them and their families.
Oh, that's fantastic. So that's great. So how is it going with the 4 centers that are open now? This is a tremendous job.
Well, last year, Gary, I'm proud to say that the staff and our 750 volunteers, who are truly the heart and soul of the USO, directly interacted and served over 200,000 military members and their families, which is incredible.
Yeah. So tell us about the big move, because everybody's been wondering, because they're doing a lot of work at LAX, and they're putting a people mover right through where the USO is right now. And if you ever go on the arrivals level of LAX, you may have noticed the Bob Hope USO, which is right there on the left as you sort of come in, right after you come into the airport. So you've got to move the USO. And I know for years, because we've talked, you guys have been looking for a location. So tell us about where the USO is going to relocate to.
So, Gary, great news in partnership with the incredible folks at the Mayor's Office and the Airport Board of Commissioners and LA World Airports. We are doubling the size of the USO at LAX and moving into space on the ground floor of the historic theme building, that big white spaceship-looking thing in the middle of the airport.
Isn't that the Encounter restaurant?
Where the Encounter restaurant used to be on the top level, yep.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is so cool, Bob.
That is awesome. You know, that is like, isn't that like a national historic, it's like a registered
It is, yeah. The city has designated it a historic landmark, and it is, everyone who's come to L.A. knows that building. There's no more popular building in L.A. than that building.
That's fantastic. How much is that going to cost to move into that building there? They're not doing that for free.
Well, we are kicking off a capital campaign for $5 million to fund that for the next generation of troops.
Wow, that is amazing. So you got a lot of work ahead of you.
We have a lot of work ahead of us, but it's going to be great. And I'll tell you what, you never meet someone who doesn't like the USO.
I will tell you something. Conan O'Brien's coming in here this morning. He could write that check today. But no, we're not going to punch
Thanks for offering that. Conan, don't turn around.
Don't turn around, Conan. No, we're just kidding, man. We're just kidding. We're just busting on you.
But I'm not kidding, Conan.
Well, Bob, thanks for everything you do, man. I know you really work your behinds off over there at the Bob Hope USO, and you've done a great job, and it's been fun working with you, man. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for your support, Gary, and the support of CBS Radio and KEARTH. It's always been incredible.
You got it. Bob Kirchin, Executive Director, Bob Hope USO. We got more comedy to come this morning. So many people showing up here at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. We are live, but right now let's hit it with Michael Jackson on KEARTH 101.
Yeah? Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. So from what I hear, before we toss this to the crowd, from what I hear, you have a couple jokes for us. Is that right?
No.
No.
Who told you that? That's the joke right there, right?
That was a big no. Yeah, because I could never do what you do because I couldn't get my ass kicked like that. Like I couldn't get tackled or anything like that, and I could never do what you guys do because I have no courage at all. But then like I do this and people are like, "That's the hardest job." I'm like, "No, absolutely not. What you guys do is way harder." So okay, let's throw it to the crowd. We got some crowd mics here. With someone handling the crowd mic. Yeah, he refuses to tell a joke. There's no like jokes you grew up with, no knock jokes, anything like that. You got nothing for us?
Man, I'm not really good at jokes, man.
He is going. You're probably as good at jokes as I am at football.
Right.
It's about football.
Play football for us. No, we can't. We're at a. What am I supposed to do?
Enough of us.
No, yeah. Here, all right. All right, here. Let's do this right now. Okay. Okay, we got 2 minutes here. Can you show? Do you know how to break a tackle? Like what would you do here?
That's not normally what I do.
No. But I'm just saying. I'm trying to there's something you can show me. So what is a football skill that you can demonstrate for us right now? You can show me how to do that. I'd look ridiculous doing and entertain them by making fun of me.
You do what I do. Pass, getting a pass set.
Okay, getting a pass set.
Try to protect the passer.
All right, so how do I do that? First of all, I need like an extra 200 pounds.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So how do I do this? All right.
So first off, you want to get your feet shoulder width apart.
All right, shoulder width apart. All right, my shoulder is much more narrow than yours. All right.
This is basically getting down into a stand.
Okay.
Once you have your stagger down, you just go to your knees.
I'm already in pain. This is already.
You go to your knees and then you can put your hands. The trick of it is you're not going to put too much weight on your hands, so you're able to kind of move.
Oh, don't worry. I don't have too much weight to put on my head. All right, so you do this?
Right.
All right. Do I look natural or very uncomfortable?
Very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. All right.
It takes practice.
It takes practice. Oh, so I can't just do this and now I'm in the NFL? That's not how it works.
No. It'll take a little more than that.
All right. Well, we got 1 minute here. So who has Jamie wants you to tell a joke. Who has a question? Anything at all? You get a chance to ask aloud. Here, what do you got?
I'll take one. On here. I'm on. Hello.
Yeah, you're on.
I just got a question. Do you play fantasy football?
I don't.
He plays actual football.
Hey. If you've ever watched any of the fantasy football shows, there's also football players who play fantasy football as well. So it's a legit question.
No, it is. I'm just messing with you. He's like, look, I asked a very good question. I do not appreciate this tone. All right, back to Gary and Lisa.
Donor? We have
Gary Bryan's Comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Shift, tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan. and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
All right, we are here 15 years together and this is our fourth broadcast from the Laugh Factory, Lisa.
It's so fun.
Yes.
I have the best time here.
I know. You're just kind of sleeping through it. I love it. Hey, Stater Brothers is going to be here in a minute. They've got an incredible donation they're going to make to the Bob Hope USO.
Love Stater Brothers.
Love that, Stater Brothers. BobHopeUSO.org if you want to learn how to support the USO here today. And it's very important. They do great work. And a big thank you to all of our military personnel who showed up this morning. They're in the audience. You can see them on the live stream at youtube.com/Laugh Factory.
That's it.
That's right. And now let's bring to the stage. I'm very excited about this guy being here today. Perhaps best known as the creator and star of the TV comedy series Arliss back in the day, and for his portrayal of newspaper reporter Alexander Knox in Tim Burton's Batman. The best Batman.
And my friend.
And don't forget, he was in Bull Durham as well. Let's welcome to the Laugh Factory stage, Robert Wool.
Woo! Lisa, Gary. Lisa, how are you?
Hi, Robert. Good to see you. Thank you for joining.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you guys for coming here. I appreciate this a lot. We all appreciate that. So, I'm here. Just got back from New York City. Nobody's here from the East Coast? Oh, okay, whereabouts?
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Uh-oh, Red Sox fan. Oh, well, we'll let you go. Anyway, the big story there, big story in New York, I just noticed, was the opening of the 2nd Avenue subway. Opened on January 1st, 2017. It started construction October 25th, 1973. That's true. It's 1 mile long. It took 43 years to build. Wrong people in the wrong job. You know who should have had this job? El Chapo. El Chapo, this thing would have been done, what, 43 hours? Did you see the tunnel? Now, he knows tunnels. Oh, we agree he knows. Did you see the tunnel they had for El Chapo? I mean, it had an easy pass lane. It had Fios. There was a Chipotle in there. It's good to be back here in Los Angeles, I have to confess. I happen to love Los Angeles. I got friends here I haven't even used yet. I'll tell you about the flight over, though, the trip. Now, I have to confess, at my age, I fly first class. Because, as the old line says, if you don't fly first class, when you die, your kids will. True? And the other thing is why I fly is because most babies can't afford it. Right? I say most because on this flight, I had not one, but two of Satan's siblings sitting right behind me, where you're completely vulnerable, right? If they're in front of you, at least you can, if they're screaming and carrying on, at least you can do stuff like kick the chair, and when they turn around, you give a little subtle gesture like, But when they're behind you, you're totally vulnerable, and they're kicking and screaming for this flight that's going from New York to Los Angeles. And their parents are paying absolutely no attention. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, they're like they've never heard them. And then I realized, if you can afford to have two kids in first class, you've never heard the baby scream. Right? Lupe, who's in the back of the plane, who takes care of the kids, she takes care of the kids. So we're flying into Los Angeles, and it was a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember when they had the horrible rains here, and it was horrible, right? And the winds. And so they divert the plane to San Diego. So now I got to stop in San Diego and take a puddle jumper from San Diego to Los Angeles. Now, something you should know about me is I am a champion of the underdog. If there is a mom and pop coffee shop and a Starbucks, I'll pay the extra buck and go to the mom and pop coffee shop. I figure Starbucks will do okay. I like the independent spirit. So by saying that, I will take a chance on the low-cost airline. Which sounds great in theory, but then you get a little nervous when you're boarding the plane and you happen to notice the side of it is dented. The flight takes 3.5 hours. from San Diego. You can jog from San Diego in 3.5 hours. Worst airline in the history of the remember the name of the airline? Axis Airways. Axis. What they do is they fly straight up in the air, wait for the Earth to rotate. So, how's it feel being here in Los Angeles? All good? Are you guys stationed here? What's the story here? What's that? We're close. You're close. Okay. How close? That's good. What else is going on these days? Let me check my things, if anything I want to talk about here in particular. So I have to confess that I'm just celebrated a, by the way, they mentioned Batman. Somebody just told me that 2 days ago, you might know this, Lisa, was a 28th or 29th anniversary of the Tim Burton Batman.
28.
28.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do I feel old? Do you know? I tell you know what I think about that when I think about Batman now? You know, and how stupid I was as a kid. Do you know I actually smuggled weed into London because that's where we shot Batman. I did that. I actually smuggled weed in. One of the actors, and this is a true story. I'm only on the radio telling this story.
Yeah.
One of the actors, who obviously shall remain nameless, told me how to do it. He said, "What you do, Bobby, is you mail a fan letter to yourself saying, you don't know me, but here's a little something to keep you going. That way, if they catch you, you go, I don't know who the hell this guy is." You know, I met Jack Nicholson during Batman, too. You know, I'm thinking about it right now. I'm doing flashback. And the coolest thing about, well, it was a great experience, but meeting Jack, hanging out with Nicholson was pretty. I was once at a party with Jack Nicholson where a girl came over to him and says, "You want to dance?" And he went, "Wrong verb."
Robert Wall, come on over, man, and be
Thanks
with us
a
over
lot.
here. Robert Wall, everybody. Come on now. Lisa, how long do you guys know? Look, they're making out. I can't believe it.
We know each other, what, like 20 years,
Long
maybe?
time.
Yeah, long time.
Robert, thanks for being here this morning, man.
My pleasure. My dad was a World War II veteran.
Oh.
So, a great story is he was in the Army Air Corps before there was an Air Force. And he was in the Army Air Corps, and he was stationed on the island of Tinian. Now, Tinian is known, his commanding officer was Colonel Paul Tibbets.
Mm-hmm.
You people know who Paul Tibbets was? He flew the Enola Gay.
Right.
Which was the plane that dropped the atomic bomb. Now, my dad was a cryptographer. And so I said, "Did you ever get the message?" And he said, "No, I think I got a piece of it because it said something like Little Boy Down." And Little Boy was one of the code names. It was Fat Man and Little Boy, right?
Right.
And but he said, I go, "Did you know what did you know what it was?" He goes, "Absolutely not." He thought Eleanor Roosevelt was coming to visit.
Oh.
He did, I mean, he could have lied. I always thought that was pretty cool that he didn't say that he was. That I knew. He had no idea. But no, so I grew up with that, and so
we totally appreciate you being here today. Guys, let's hear it for Robert Wolf.
Thank you very much.
So funny, Robert.
We are live from the Laugh Factory. We're coming back in just a second. We'll be back after this.
Hysterical.
Robert Wolf. In Bull Durham. That was my favorite thing that you did. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring up. I don't need his credits. I know Ruben. Ladies and gentlemen, this next comic is absolutely awesome. He tours all over the world. You've seen him on Comedy Central. Please go nuts for one of our favorites here at the Laugh Factory, Mr. Ruben Paul. Everybody, Ruben Paul.
Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out, pretending like you want to be here. Give yourselves. I'm born and raised in LA. That's where I'm from. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm used to it. LA gets a bad rap. People talk bad about LA people. I don't know if we have any people who are from LA in the audience, but people hate people from LA. All right, yeah. They hate us. I'll tell you some of the things that they say about us. They say we're fake. They say we're shallow, they say we're superficial, and they say we're flaky. To me, I don't think it's fair to judge a whole city by the actions of a few. But my only criteria is this: if you're gonna talk bad about LA, at least be from somewhere better than LA. Not everybody should be able to talk bad, is what I'm saying, because they'll just roll up on you like, where are you from? Like, LA, man, forget LA. Like, where are you from? Arkansas. Shut the heck up. These are teeth in my mouth, show some respect. We have dental in Los Angeles. One thing that's great about doing comedy, I've been able to travel all over the world. I think that's fantastic about being in the military. You guys get to experience the world. And I encourage everybody to travel, because when you travel, you learn a lot, and it dispels a lot of stereotypes. And I just want to share with everybody in here tonight, I realized when I went to China that we don't have Chinese food here in America. I had no idea. I thought I was an expert in Chinese food. And then went to China and realized I've never had it in my life. I was with a guy from Ireland and a guy from Scotland. They wanted to go get some authentic Chinese food. And you know, as Americans, we can be a little cocky, because I'm thinking to myself, people from Ireland and Scotland don't know anything about Chinese food. I'm from the United States of America. I'm from Los Angeles. We got a big Chinatown. I'm an expert in Chinese food. And I'm the type of guy, if I know the cuisine, I like to order for the table. So we go to this restaurant in China. The waiter comes up. He's like, oh, man, take your order. I'm like, yeah, I got this. Let us get some beef and broccoli, some sweet and sour chicken. And he was looking at me like, what in the heck are you talking about? And you know how you get embarrassed instead of admitting that you don't know what you're talking about? You fully commit to your bull, hoping nobody else will catch on. And I'm like, yeah, let me get an order of General Shao's chicken. And he was like, who in the hell is General Shao? Like, obviously you haven't eaten at P.F. Chang's. Is this a real Chinese restaurant? I didn't see one panda when I walked into this place. The type of Chinese restaurant doesn't have pandas. Next, you're gonna tell me you don't have firecracker shrimp? One thing that blew me away in China, no fortune cookies. No fortune cookies. And can you believe that? That's American propaganda. My whole life, I thought some Asians were in the back writing our fortunes. Like, Putin cookie, he lived a long time. Just to let you guys know what are authentic Chinese dishes that I had to learn. One of the popular things on the menu was duck blood soup. Yeah, duck blood soup. The blood of a duck as soup was very popular. Yes, thank you, sister. She's laughing. Black people know what I'm talking about. Pig brain was another popular item on the menu. Chicken feet. I didn't know chickens had feet till I went to China. So my host was there asking me, he was like, hey man, what do you want? I was like, man, I'm vegan. When did you become vegan? When you started reading off that menu? That sounds horrible. I'll say this one last thing. Another great thing about going is, like I told you guys, I learned a lot by going to China, and I think I got a chance for people to learn from me, because there's not a lot of black people in China. And people believe a lot of stereotypes that they see on TV. You know, I'm from LA. I grew up in the hood, but I had a mom and a dad. Yeah, yeah, thank you. And they were married. Yeah, to each other. I told one of my boys that. He's like, man, I thought you was from the hood. I was like, I am from the hood. Like, nah. You from the hood, but you're not from the hood. Like, what's that supposed to mean? I'm from the hood, I'm not from the hood. Just because you say it twice don't make it more authentic. That don't make no sense. He got stabbed, but then he gets stabbed. I mean, he still got all those vital organs. I mean, he got shot, but then he gets shot. I mean, he's still breathing, he's still alive. If he got shot in the hood, he'd be dead. Enjoy. Thank you guys. Appreciate your service.
Dana Duke, you can come up here for a sec? I'm just going to make you do this, even though you were not prepared to do this. We're still... We're still on the live stream. Dan's going to be doing a set later, but he's a buddy of mine, so I wanted to bring him up and interview him real quick. Got a mic for you. Dan, have you done? We got the green on? We got it. Someone turn the green mic on, please. So Dan, have you done?
Yeah. There we go. Huh? How about that voice?
Have you done USO stuff before?
No, it's my first time. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
That is absolutely awesome. There are a couple people applauding. They're like, "Well,
Yeah.
let's see what you got first."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. I'll bring it.
So Dan, a regular on a number of television shows.
Yes, sir.
On bajillion-dollar properties on CISO, right?
Yes.
Yeah, NBC's CISO. We've got. You're also.
I was on a Super Fun Night on ABC with Rebel Wilson.
How many episodes did that last?
Yeah, that's why it got canceled, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are like, what was that?
How many episodes is that?
There are 12 episodes.
12 episodes?
Yeah.
And then what's it like? What's the call like when a show gets canceled? I need to know that because I haven't had one yet. No, I don't mean I have. I mean I haven't been on a sitcom yet. I didn't mean like because I haven't been canceled because I also have not been booked. So what's that call like? Like what's that day?
Actually, this is kind of nuts. I sold a TV show this year to CBS. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I got and it was down to the wire, and it was me and another show, and like it was like the day I was about to find out, and I get a phone call from the president of CBS.
Whoa.
And he's like, "Hi, Dan. This is Glenn Geller, president of CBS." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's happening."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure you heard already. We're not moving forward with your show."
Oh.
I'm like, "No, I haven't heard already." You're the one having me hear this now. So it's usually not very tactful when you're told that something's not happening.
That is terrible. So on one hand, it's like at least the president called you, which is very nice.
Yes,
But
it is
on the
very
other,
nice.
but on the other hand, it was to call you to tell you that you are not the father.
Yes, exactly. It was like Maury Povich. It's exactly what it's like when you.
Yeah.
It's like Maury Povich when you want to be the dad, but you're not the dad.
Yeah, which doesn't exist. Nobody on Maury Povich wants to be the dad.
No, I
Have you
don't
seen the
think so.
moms on Maury Povich? Nobody's
Yeah.
like, that's the one.
Right. That's very true. Very true.
That's nuts, though. But it's got to be also exciting. Do you remember the what was your first TV show? Because you've done a lot at this point.
First TV show I did was Last Comic Standing. Does that count?
That counts. That's a
That
TV
counts.
show.
Yeah. Last Comic Standing, season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
That's the one I tried out for.
Yeah, no, I beat you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You sure did.
Yeah.
So did everyone else who was on that season.
Did you really try out for it?
I did. I was on. There was this clause that year where if they show you for at least 3 seconds, then they have to pay you for an episode.
Right.
And so I got shown for 2.5 seconds, then it faded out to a Nashville skyline. It was
wow.
amazing. I was like, "You producers are thrifty. That is impressive." Yeah, I was on for like a couple seconds. I was out there waiting in line like an idiot. But that was when I first started. That was my first year as a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like an idiot, I was like, I'll compete with the best comics in the world.
Yeah.
Because I've never done this before. And they were like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
Okay.
Well, you're doing great now, Steve.
Things are going all right.
Things are going well.
Yeah, I
you tour all over the world.
Yeah.
Right? Where was the last place that you were at?
Last place I was at was here.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
very
everywhere
exciting, very
from
far
here
away.
to here.
Yeah. I'm going to Ireland on Saturday.
Are
I
you
have a show
serious?
in Ireland on Saturday, and then I'm doing.
Do you look Irish, or is that me being racist?
Can it be both?
Yeah.
No, I do look Irish.
You're
People
very
assume
pale.
that of me.
You've got red hair.
Yeah, when I was in college, I used to drink free on St. Patrick's Day. 'Cause
Are you
people
serious?
Yeah, I would go to like an Irish bar in New York. People would get like excited, like, "Yeah, it's an Irishman. Give him a beer." And I was like, "Sure."
See, that's how you can tell that Steve is actually Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
will
actually
use my Irish looks to my advantage. Get a free beer.
I was in Vegas during a McGregor fight. And after the fight, and I was staying at the hotel that's right across from the fight. So after the fight, he wins, and all these like drunk people from the fight are like singing Irish songs at me, like expecting that I'm gonna join in, like waving an Irish flag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know the words to that. I don't know what this is. And I'm like, this is not a fight fans who are drunk this is a bad idea. And I was like, I think I'm going to have to leave this casino before I die. Because I can't just be like, actually, I only kind of look like you guys, but really I'm Jewish, so I don't know what these fights are. It was a terrifying experience.
You do look shockingly Irish.
I do.
You know?
That's my band name, Shockingly Irish.
Yeah. That's your
yeah,
garage
we're playing
band
here
name?
Tuesday, actually.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I just wanted to bring Dan up and introduce him to you folks. He's going to be doing stand-up a little bit later. That's a tough thing to do an interview before the stand-up.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't want to be too funny because I want to save it for the show.
Oh, so that's the explanation.
Yeah, that's exactly the explanation, guys.
Yeah, that's a great explanation.
The less you laugh, the more my plan is working.
Yeah. Well, you're killing it then. Dan, how long have we known each other?
Almost 20 years.
That's insane.
Right?
Yeah, since right around that time. I guess about 15 years, because right around that time of the last comic.
Yeah.
Which is, that's nuts.
Steve and I used to tour together a lot, like at college shows. And then I would go back to my hotel room after the show, and Steve would try to hook up with college students.
I was also younger than them, though, so that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, excellent job not being funny just now.
Thank you.
No, it was you were so well behaved when we would tour together. No, because here's the thing: when we would tour together, it was great. One thing I told Dan, I was like, "Here's the difference between our comedy styles." I was like, "Dan, you are likable." Like the audience roots for Dan. Like when he's up there, they're like, "I like that guy, and I want him to do well." And when I'm up there, they're like, "I guess we'll deal with this." So.
No, I think you're wrong. I think you're extremely likable. As the crowd can attest to, you've been amazing this whole morning.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Yes. See that? They like you.
That's actually why,
Mikey, they like you.
That was why I brought you up during this break here. Because I was like, who's the one comic in the room who'll compliment me? Dan a Dude will be willing to do that.
Yeah. Well, I expect a check in the mail.
Yeah. I already Venmo'd you.
Okay,
it's great. Yeah, it's
Fantastic.
the Venmo note is gonna say for lying. So you're from Long Island, right?
Yes, I'm from New York. New Yorker's some Red Sox fan I saw before. Is anyone giving you crap for being a Red Sox fan, or just? I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, but I'm somewhat. Do you follow sports? Are you a sport guy? A little bit. Yeah, what do you like? Basketball, baseball. Not football. Good thing we have a football player here.
Yeah. Good thing we brought the NFL to the event. That's important. By the way,
enormous. By the way,
he was enormous.
He looked like he was wearing shoulder pads.
Yeah.
In his jersey.
He's just born with shoulder pads.
Yeah, he was a very big human.
Yeah.
He was.
He's a football player, Dan.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, that is how it works. It'd be what would be really weird is if he wasn't.
You're
if
right.
we're like, now we have someone from the LA Rams. It's Dan a Dude, and be like,
Yeah.
what? Why?
Yeah.
How did that? I know.
Yeah.
I know they're.
We brought the water boy from the
rebuilding
LA
right
Rams.
now. Yeah, they're rebuilding, but this is ridiculous.
Well, thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
For those
I
of
actually
you
got asked yesterday. So I have I played Boise State, and someone gave me a Boise State football shirt. Are we what? I don't know what he just said.
Are we ready to be funny?
Okay,
Should we start being
One
funny?
more minute. Okay.
Oh, man.
So I was wearing this Boise State
Not gonna
football
be
shirt,
funny.
and very often when I wear it, people will be like, "Oh, did you go to Boise State?" And I'll have to be like, "Nah, I just did a show there once, and someone gave it to me." Yesterday, I'm walking my dog, and someone just goes, "Oh man, you played for Boise State?" And I was like, "That's the most ridiculous assumption anyone has ever made." Like what? Because I understand as as you get older, I'm 37, so the idea that maybe 16 years ago I would have been in better shape, but I never would have been in.
You never know. Boise
bad
State
shape.
might have a badminton team or something.
Even
Chess
then.
team,
Ladies and gentlemen, back to Gary and Lisa. And thank you, Dan a Dude.
California. You're listening to KRTH FM and HD, Los Angeles. It's Gary Bryan in the morning with the greatest hits.
The greatest hits.
On Earth. LA and Orange County.
KEARTH 101.
You're listening to Gary Bryan's Comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Shift, tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
That's Lisa Stanley right here with me. Yes. Here we are live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. We've had some comedy so far. Robert Wool was great.
Oh my God, they're all so funny. I have a stomach ache from laughing so hard.
Jamon was hysterical. Jamon Brown from the Rams.
He's big. He doesn't have to be funny.
I thought this riser was going down when he stepped on it. You could feel this thing going, woo,
He kept shaking his leg, and I thought I was going over.
We're all here for the Bob Hope USO, bobhopeuso.org if you want to find out how to support the USO at LAX, Ontario, Palm Springs, and, of course, the John Wayne Airport in Irvine, which they serve over 250,000 military personnel every year, 750 volunteers. So go to bobhopeuso.org. By the way, selling T-shirts for this event, for the Radiothon, for $20 on the website. So you can have a commemorative T-shirt if you want to go there today, and be sure to tweet about it. And by the way, our video feed is on youtube.com/Laugh Factory if you want to watch what's going on here today, because while the music and everything is on the radio, we're also streaming live, and there's some stuff going on you don't want to miss there, too. Now, we have a lot of great people, including so many thousands and thousands of people in our audience who support the USO. But also, and very importantly, great corporate sponsors for the USO. And this year, once again, we want to welcome a representative from Delta Airlines, a great partner for the Bob Hope USO. Please welcome to the Laugh Factory stage, Melissa Abbott. Hey.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
You're so welcome. You guys do. I know that the Delta, the flight crews, and the pilots, and they go to the USO.
Yeah, we sure do. On a monthly basis, we do barbecues. We serve over 3,000 USO members every year with our barbecues. So
Fantastic. So
awesome.
fantastic. So what do you have to tell us this morning?
Well, we're just very excited to be here. We obviously have been a partner of the USO since 2013, and we have 10,000 Delta employees that are our service members, so we just, very happy to support the organization.
A lot of pilots come out of the military, I know. There's a lot of
pilots, flight attendants, a lot of our crew.
Right, yes. I just took a flight with the Air Force Thunderbirds last year, which was, I hope you don't fly the Delta planes like that.
Yeah, no.
Because when we were upside down, that was my least favorite part of the flight.
Yeah, we don't do any of those fancy tricks.
I love Delta because they don't fly like that.
Right.
Exactly.
So I had a crewman come up right before the flight, and I've been 2.5 hours of briefing, like how to bail out, if you're going through power lines, make yourself small, that kind of thing.
Right.
And so the guy comes up and he goes, "Sir, what are your goals on this flight, sir?" I said, "I have 2 goals. Don't throw up and don't pass out." So
Right. Well, those are pretty good goals to
those
have.
are pretty good goals. But tell us, Delta Airline making a contribution today.
Yes, we are. We are happy to present a $10,000 check.
Whoa!
Bob Hope USO.
Very nice. There's that check right now. Let's get that on that live stream. Here comes Bob Kirkjian holding that check. So along with everything else that Delta does all through the years, there's $10,000 in cash, which goes to such a great cause. And it's amazing. And if you just tuned in, you didn't realize it. The USO nationally and the Bob Hope USO locally here in Southern California, all supported by your donations, and donations of great corporate sponsors like Delta Airlines. And without them, they can't continue to do this really, really important work. And Melissa, I know that everybody at Delta is so patriotic and so, she's wrangling her headsets there. If you're watching the video stream, she's trying to get the headsets back on. Everybody at Delta is so proud to be a part of this thing, and we're proud to have you here today.
And I'm warning, I'm going to be boarding Delta later. So I'm just warning you.
Thank you very much. We promise not to do any tricks
That's a
or
warning.
turns. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank
for
you so
having
much,
us.
Melissa Abbott, Delta Airlines. Great contribution, $10,000 this year. Now we're going to bring somebody to Laugh Factory stage with us who oh, by the way, Lisa, who brings us your segment here?
Oh, it's Ralph's, of course. Ralph partners with local farms, ranches, and suppliers to provide fresh food every day right in your neighborhood. Fresh food, low prices at Ralph's.
The big showbiz story today, of course, was why was Katy Perry not naked on the paddleboard with Orlando Bloom?
Because he was in full bloom. She didn't need to be.
There you go. She was overshadowed by him. Okay. Now, the gentleman we're about to bring up was a regular cast member on Saturday Night Live from 1995 to 2009. He made more SNL appearances than any other cast member and impersonated more than, that's him, isn't it? Impersonated more than 107 celebrities. You will remember his Bill Clinton.
The best Bill Clinton.
That's right, dude. You were. Yeah, he was surpassed by Kenan Thompson. What happened? On May 3rd, 2014, as of December 10th, 2011, he had appeared on the show 8 times since leaving the cast. Let me bring you on, man. I mean, it's like on September 19, 2014, it was announced that he was the new announcer of SNL, replacing Don Pardo.
Wow.
Which means
unbelievable
that he has like.
That's
already
fantastic.
being upstaged.
I feel like, I feel like I know
Rob,
him,
thank
though
you
I
for
don't
eating
really
up
know
some
him.
of my time.
Okay,
I wasn't
so
sure what I was going to say.
No,
I know.
it's all an introduction. We want you just to stand there.
I'm trying to bring up Daryl Hammond, and Rob Schneider sits down next to
Hey, Daryl.
That Robin ate,
Tell us a story, Daryl.
What?
Tell us some stories.
About
anything. Come on. You just woke up 45
Let's hear it
minutes
for
ago.
Daryl Hammond, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, is this going to be joke stories or?
Anything.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for letting me serve you. My father was a soldier. I grew up in Melbourne, Florida. At the end of his life, we really bonded over the soldier, what it was like to be a soldier and how that affected his world. And it was beautiful. And all I can say is that I've had my life saved by cops and soldiers. Like, we can't fight bad guys, okay? And you guys do. And it's such... Is that too schmaltzy, Rob, or have you gone to sleep?
No, you're in the zone, buddy.
Were you drifting off?
I didn't know
I'm
you
trying
were
to say something really powerful, and I guess
very
it's not
nice.
coming out right.
You're doing good. Hey, Melbourne, Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
That is not a big town.
Bruce Bochy, manager of the Giants, is from there too.
Oh, yeah.
Both
Well,
of us.
The only reason I know Melbourne, Florida, because we did an emergency landing one time on our plane.
And then what happened?
And then I got out and I realized, what the heck was I doing in this piece of crap coming back from the Bahamas? I remember my girlfriend was panicking because there was, like, she said, I smell smoke. And I went, you do not smell smoke, shut up. And then the pilot came out and said, we're going to make an emergency landing here in Melbourne, Florida. And I went, okay. So, but everybody was very nice as soon as we landed. Everybody realized, whoa, would you like to use my cell phone to call somebody? This is when cell phones just started. Anyway, that's the only thing I was thinking
Back
of.
to you, Daryl.
Back to you, Daryl.
Anyway, Daryl, that's the only thing I was thinking of. When Melbourne, Florida, all the stuff you said about the soldiers was gone. I was just thinking about the emergency landing. But
Thinking about yourself again.
I'm sorry, but so you left in 2011 or 2004? 2011. Saturday Night Live.
I was under contract till like 2008 or something like that. And then they kept calling me back to do, Schwarzenegger one time and Trump for a year and Clinton a couple of times, and then I don't know how it goes over there. They call up and they send money and.
What's the most annoying question? When people
That's
come
how
up
I've
to you?
always done it, though. I mean, it's never been different. It's always been like, hey, do you have a Trump? Do you have a Geraldo? Do you have a Cheney? I'm in New Orleans. I was living in New Orleans.
So
You open this can of worms, brah.
So what do they ask you? Like, when people come up to you, what's the most annoying thing they ask you about Saturday Night Live? Like, what was your favorite? Who was your favorite host, or what? What's your most annoying question?
I think you just asked it.
Like,
yeah, I figured.
You can get stuff on planes about certain cast members.
Okay.
And they don't understand that it's a factory. It's a baseball team. I'm not hanging out. It's a job. Like, I don't actually know what you like to do for your holidays.
Do people
I don't know what these famous people like to do, and people think that I'm putting them off, but I'm not. I'm like, no, I don't know what Tina Fey likes to do on holiday.
Do people ask
I
you
like
to
her
do-
very much, very, very much. But I think people expect you to have personal information for them, and I.
Don't you just get to the point where you just make stuff up? That's where you should get to, if you haven't gotten there yet.
Tell me one that you've made up.
I just, when everybody asks you stories that, who's your favorite host, I always say, like, Richard Nixon. He was hilarious.
You know
he was
what?
very nice.
What's interesting is that, everyone from presidents to movie stars to opera singers comes through there. People that really, in life, if anyone deserves to have an attitude, it would be these cats. They're way at the top of their game and respected, okay? But then you get someone like Paris Hilton, all right? I'll just tell that story really fast.
Yeah, I love
this it. This is a true story. I'm not editing. I mean, Pavarotti's on Good Behavior. You could be on Good Behavior, Paris. All right. I went up to her. I always like to go up to the host and say, hey, how's it going? And introduce myself. So I went up to her and I said, hey, I'm Daryl. I'm on the show. And, I just want to say hi and welcome you like that. And Rob, she gave me this look. Watch this. Like
you're annoying.
Like he's not going to make me talk to him. Is he? Like, I mean, it's like the thought of talking to someone like me upset her. Like, it's like I said, can I pee on your leg? Because she was doing this. She's going, oh, yeah. Like I was going to urinate on her leg. And I was so humiliated, I didn't know what to say, so I just said, loved your film. Was that mean? Tell me your rank, private.
I'm a master sergeant, E7.
Sergeant, was that mean to Paris? Well deserved, thank you. I thought she was a little disrespectful. Now here comes another disrespectful story. I was getting a colonoscopy. Oh, you don't know what it's like to play Bill Clinton, and when you're like an average dude and people are so obsessed with him, and then they meet you and they're like, nothing like him. Nothing like Bill happened to colonoscopy. First of all, I was really scared anyway. I've never been touched in that area. I'm not decrying anyone's lifestyle. God bless you. I hadn't been touched there, let alone entered there. Okay. That's all I'm saying. The soldiers, you're tough guys. You can take this. So I was really scared. And here's the worst part. The second I was touched in the area, I made this sound. I was so upset. When I was touched in the area, involuntarily, I made a falsetto sound. At that moment, the anesthesiologist leans into me and goes, what would Clinton say? Sergeant, tell me if this was mean.
Keep it clean.
I'm being impaled, like for my first time, with a camera and metal and stuff. And I make a falsetto sound. Now I'm really uncomfortable. She leans in at that moment and goes, what would Clinton say? And I said, he would say, what is a nice girl like you doing in a place like that? Okay. Now, was I mean?
No, that was
I felt
great.
she was disrespectful.
That was an appropriate.
Okay, we wrapping here?
Well, we got to take a break, but we're going to come back. But
okay.
All right, can we do that?
I'm up, man. I got the coffee.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daryl Hammond at the Laugh Factory.
Thank you,
live.
soldiers.
We're coming back with Daryl, with Rob Schneider, and many more right here on KEARTH 101. Back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got more comedy for you because this is awesome. They're just rolling in now because finally the comedians are all awake and out of bed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to bring this next comic up. I've worked with him a ton, and he's great. You've seen him on Parks and Rec. He's got a brand new show on TBS this fall. Please give it up for Mr. Kirk Fox, everybody. Kirk Fox.
Oh, okay, man. I heard that they went on break, and then he brought me up, and I like that. It's important. Sometimes you don't want to be on the radio. It's like, we're going to take a break. All right, Kirk, you're up. Just happy to be here, man. It was interesting. Jamie's like, hey, you want to come do some comedy tomorrow for the soldiers, USO? I'm like, yeah. You know, my dad was in the Army, soldier. My mom slept with a lot of soldiers, so yeah. Now, you look like that upset you. Tough it out, man. Tough it out. One thing I've learned, I've shaken hands with 5 soldiers now since I got here. And every one of you, shallow handshake. You go right for the fingers. All 5 of you. So is that something you learn at basic training? The first thing, it's like when you shake hands with the enemy, just go in to the fingers. Really give the fingers a squeeze. If I do my job correctly, a lot of you will leave here in a moment thinking I could probably do stand-up comedy. It was nice. I met an NFL player upstairs, and I knew this because he was wearing his jersey. So that's nice. I guess even when you're not working and you're in the NFL, you'll wear your uniform out. So that's good. I see a lot of you in your uniform, so that's good. But you guys on the clock currently, or no? Always. Good answer. That was a trick question. If any of you had said, we're not working right now, you're out. You're just out of the Army. So let's talk about a few things. First of all, it's 6:15 in Iraq p.m. So a lot of these jokes, just imagine you're there. They're most of these jokes, nighttime comedy. It's good, man. A lot of people don't like it this quiet. To me, I'm still sleeping. So, Jamie's like, your spot's at 6:40 a.m. So it's now 8:15. So I've been bumped, 6 or 7 times before 9 in the morning. That's hard to do. That's good work, Jamie. That makes me feel really wanted. Be there at 6:40 a.m. We'll have you on at 8:15. And that's good because I have a 8:30 a.m. spot at Denny's in 15 minutes. So let's just talk about a few things that are on my mind. First of all, I have nothing clean. So what I'll do is I'll do a lot of the setups to my jokes, and then later on I'll post the punchlines online. I was thinking about this upstairs. Every spider is a web designer, so that's pretty good. That's good comedy. I'm hung like a horse, seahorse, so that's not bad. Those are the 2 cleanest jokes I have. And the seahorse joke, I think that's pretty good because when you think about it, the size of a seahorse, small, but from what I've heard, they're hung. They're pretty hung, even for a seahorse. They're proportioned. They're pretty big. I like your style, ma'am. Just stare and judge. Just think about it. I've never seen anyone analyze a seahorse penis reference as that hard. Good for you. Let's talk about what I learned yesterday. If I can't touch your dog, don't call it a pet. And don't dress your dog up in clothing unless he's wanted by the police. Yesterday I stopped my car and I jumped out to help what I thought was an old man just crawling across the intersection on his hands and knees. Turned out to be a Great Dane in a tracksuit. So learned a lot about that. My buddy's like, couldn't you tell by the ears? I'm like, no, as you get older, your ears start stretching. So I couldn't tell if that was a Great Dane or my great-grandfather. Nice, sir. I'm going to pound it out because of the way you shake hands. Nice. I can't afford another broken finger. What else is going on? I finished building a wine tasting room yesterday. That was exciting. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I just moved 2 chairs into the kitchen. So can't wait to go home after this and try out my wine tasting room.
Good joke.
Good joke? Thank you.
Solid.
Did someone say good joke?
Solid.
Oh, thank you. Where'd that come from? Oh, thank you, Rob. I like that. When
That's a
Rob
solid
Schneider
joke.
tells you something solid, you know it isn't. So that's good.
Ouch. I didn't deserve
Sorry,
that.
Rob.
Let's stay positive here. We're
I
for the
was
troops.
positive. That's
You
good.
don't have to keep
You're
that
very
Holly-
educational.
you
I
don't have
like
to
it.
put that Hollywood
He's getting in.
attitude.
I'm getting heckled already. Do I have one more minute, or can I go now, Steve? Now that Rob's gotten involved. Here, one more thing, and then I got a physical this week. I want to talk about this, and then I'll get out of here. Turns out I have 0% body fat and 0% muscle, so it's a wash. I'm not even here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the best shape of my life. Unfortunately, this is the shape. It's just a 6-foot 5-inch rectangle. It's just a box. So, ladies, if this is what you're into, just climb in. Just get in this box. But you better be good at Tetris. There will be some shapes you've never seen before. A lot of sharp edges, right angles, and I'm also rusting, so you'll need a tetanus shot. But other than that, pretty good time. I like that. You gave me that 2-minute warning, sir. Thank you. Good. You're doing a great job. I don't know if you work here or you just got a headset and you walked in and feel like a part of it. I like it, sir. I like it. Last thing, as I was leaving, the doctor was like, well, first of all, I found out I have the heart of a champion and the liver of a quarterfinalist, someone who drinks too much, probably didn't even show up. But as I was leaving, the doctor was like, you should try not to drink for a few days. And I was like, in a row? Or total? I'm going to need to know what you want there. Hey, I feel I did good. I want to thank you guys for keeping the world safe. You guys are the best, and I love you. And thank you very much for having me here.
You're fantastic. One more time for Kirk Fox. Let him hear it. Kirk Fox. Put Bob back up here. How we doing? We got about a minute? About a minute, yeah. Got about a minute left. And then we're coming back with Rob Schneider, right? Yes. Yeah, then we're coming back with Rob Schneider. I love that, Rob, I love that you just went up there. You were like, I'm tired of sitting over there. Just screw it. I'm coming up.
Yes. That's how I felt. I felt I could do less in the booth than I could up here. So it's the least I could do.
Yeah.
For the troops.
Now, when you guys are done interviewing Rob up there, Rob, would you be willing to take a couple questions from the troops?
How about if I come over there first and then they can interview me? What do you want to do?
We're going to bring him up.
We're going to bring him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do it right now.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We're coming back. All right.
We need Nancy.
$250. Don't miss the continuation of the 2-part premiere of the hit medical drama.
I don't want to spoil the party, so I'll go.
Brian's Comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the 2-part premiere of The Night Shift, tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
It's now 8:23. Burbank is on fire, so everybody come on over to the Laugh Factory, right? That's what we said. Hey, we are here with the Comedy Quinceanera because it's 15 years we've been on the air together, Lisa Stanley.
Can you believe it?
Yes.
That's a good run.
That's a good. And Rob Schneider is here. He's about to get up here at the Laugh Factory. But first, before that happens, one of the companies and great sponsors of the USO, and a great company we love Stater Brothers. Nancy Negrete is here from Stater Brothers. Let's give her a big hand. Nancy, I'm so excited because Stater Brothers is like one of the great businesses in Southern California, and you guys have been supporting the USO. You know how important it is. What are we doing here this morning? What you got?
Well, we are here to make a donation to the Bob Hope USO, and we've been a privilege to partner with you guys since 2008 through food and funding. And today we thought we'd step it up a little bit, and we have a $20,000 donation
You're gonna have to sell a lot of that great Stater Brothers meat to make that up. It's
Well, 4th of July is coming up, so we hope our valued customers come and pick up that meat that makes us so famous.
That is true. That's the best butcher shop in Southern
It
California.
sure is.
Yeah, it really, really is. Nancy, thank you so much for, you climbed up on the stage like a champ. That was amazing.
In 5-inch heels.
Yes, and you could crowd surf right now. They wouldn't be mad, right?
They would catch her.
A big thank you to Stater Brothers and Nancy. And let's see that check, Bob. Let's get that on that live. We're video streaming at youtube.com/Laugh Factory. Let's get a picture of that $20,000 check from Stater Brothers. Yeah. All right.
How cool.
So good. Western Bagel, by the way, has donated a bunch of food here today, and it's upstairs for all the guys and gals here from the military. And we have our video guy is taking a picture of that check. If you're on the live stream, you can see it. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Okay. I want to mention Lara Scott is here, too. She's going to be doing some backstage stuff with some of our big celebrity comedians upstairs here at the Laugh Factory. So if you're on the stream, you'll be catching that, too. But right now, here's a guy who just decided to come up here because, well...
Because he's Rob.
Because he can do whatever he wants as far as we're concerned.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nice to be here again
Yes.
this year.
Yes, right. You've seen him in Real Rob on Netflix.
Yeah.
Sandy Wexler on Netflix. A great...
That was so funny.
A great show.
So funny.
And he's going to be doing stand-up in Vegas at the Tropicana Theater July 1st and 2nd. We've seen his show, and I got to tell you, don't miss it. Please welcome to the Laugh Factory stage, Rob Schneider, everybody. There he comes, taking the long walk. He's got his Bob, oh, by the way, Bob Hope statue, man. Just
That's
for
right.
you.
There
Yeah.
he is.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Nice to see everybody here. Thanks for coming out this morning. You had no choice, but thank you very much for coming. I like an audience. Part of their job is to be there. That's good. All right. Thanks for being here, all you soldiers. I appreciate it. My uncle was a sergeant major, which you know is the working man's general. Hard-working. He had it. He was up in Alaska. I don't know. There were some Japanese up in Alaska during World War II. He was in World War II. And the Japanese didn't have any reinforcements. And he didn't talk a lot about the war. The big one, WW2. The good one. But he told me that, like, the Japanese, they were all shot up to hell. I tell you, they were a mess up there, you know. They're a real mess, you know. They didn't have any reinforcements. I felt bad for them, you know. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So we're killing a bunch of Japs, you know. We're up there, we're killing them away, and, you know. Then I get, and it's cold as heck down there. And, anyway, so I get called in. And I get called in by the guy on base there, the commander. And I go, okay, what the hell? Where the hell are we going to go that's worse than this? Okay. If we're going to ship you out. And I go, oh, goodness gracious, where am I going to go? Am I going to go to, Okinawa now? I don't know where we're going. And then he said, no, you're going to Hollywood. And I go, oh, man, this guy pulling my chain or something? So they sent him to Hollywood because somebody got a picture of him, and he was kind of a handsome guy. And so he was a midget like me as well. But at that time, all the actors were basically enlisted and serving already. They needed some guys to do, like, training films. And so he said, I would go down there, and I was in Hollywood, and I was making movies about how to, like, training films so that your foot doesn't get foot rot and stuff like that. Honestly, the movies I made didn't have the best plots. So, just make sure your foot doesn't rot when you're getting wet, stuff like that. How to take your shoes off, dry them, get a new pair of socks. These was the plots, the movies that I made. He said, but the great thing was, because I was in uniform, and people thought I just, was actually just come back from overseas service. So I would go to the USO shows. I would go to the, back then they didn't call it the USO show. They called it, what do they call it? Come on, guys. Yeah, you'd go to a place, and they were here in Hollywood, and he said Rita Hayworth would be there, and I'd get to dance with her, and she did nothing but thank me for my work, and she didn't know that I did nothing all day, but I was doing the same stuff as she was, but just concentrating on my feet not rotting. Different prop, Rita, but same Hollywood. And then he didn't stick around after the war. He basically just served as, he didn't do the Battle of Bastogne, but he did his own service there. And I don't know. I guess he never bragged about it because he realized it was just shooting these horrible movies. But he said, I did my part, So, but he was a good guy, and he's passed away a few years ago. I got involved the first time with the USO. We were going overseas to Bosnia to do a show with Wayne Newton, which was his own kind of battle. They're dealing with Wayne in his hair. But we went to Bosnia, and I just remember we did a tactical landing, and they go, "We're gonna do a tactical landing," and I didn't know what a tactical landing was at that time, which means you're gonna throw up. They just didn't say, you land in a very short little spiral so that people can't shoot at you, and then they told us, sometimes in Bosnia when we're landing, that sometimes there's sniper fire, and you can get hit with sniper fire. And I was like, well, then absolutely. We should definitely do that whole tactical landing. I'm all for it. Whatever avoids sniper fire. That's what I want. And so we landed, and I thought, wow, wouldn't that be cool to to know that, I thought, wow, that was pretty nuts. What if we actually had sniper fire? Wouldn't that be a great story to tell, to people? But I never told it because it didn't happen. Anyway, Hillary Clinton, she actually was on the same crew, same flight, and she's actually told people that there was sniper fire when there wasn't any. So, because I totally understand her though, because I wanted to tell people too. I wasn't as big a liar. It turns out, See, Hillary Clinton, she's a real smart liar. I know you guys don't want to pick sides, and Donald Trump's a liar, Hillary's a liar, but you expect Donald Trump to be a liar because he's a realtor. Like, if you don't put a down payment on this condo tomorrow, there's going to be 50 other people, I'm telling you. But I'll give it to you because I like your wife's boobs. He's that. But Hillary's a smart liar. Hillary lies about lying. She says things like this: I always try to tell the truth. It's like, what? You don't try to tell the truth. You just tell the truth. Try to tell the truth. That's like saying, I always try to clean the house. I bring out the mop, I bring out the vacuum, I look at it for a while, and I put them away, but I tried to clean the house. But I think a lot of the problems we're having right now with, I think the problems with Democrats and Republicans is simply that the Democrats just won't admit that they lost the election. That's the big one. You have to leave. Like, at least when Romney lost, he got back on his bicycle and went back to Mormonville. But Hillary, she just won't leave. She just, there's more pictures of Hillary in the woods than Bigfoot at this point, I think. So Hillary, keep going, Hillary, keep going. There's, and she just keeps complaining. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, hey, listen, you got to make fun of whoever's the most whining the most. She was on TV last week still complaining. She said, yeah, if the election was held October 27th, I'd be your president. And we're like, wow, well, if the Super Bowl ended in the third quarter, Atlanta be the champions, Yeah, and if I was the same size I was when I was a baby, my penis would look huge. It's like, where does it end?
Rob, come on,
Thank
man.
you very much.
Rob
Thank
Schneider, everybody.
Want to go over there? Thank you.
Come on over. You can heckle
Okay.
the next guy up here because he needs it. We totally appreciate that. Rob Schneider, right here at the Laugh Factory. We're live for the Bob Hope USO this morning. We got a lot of checks coming in, and also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out how to support the USO, go to bobhopeuso.org. Now, our next, are we good to go here? We're gonna take a break first. Okay, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back with more comedy and a gentleman from Saturday Night Live.
Woo!
This is like Saturday Night Live Central here.
There seems to be more Saturday Night Live members here than people in the service.
Okay.
Or at Saturday Night Live.
I served at Saturday Night Live from 1989 to 94, sir. Sergeant Major on NBC.
All right, we're coming right back.
Bryan's Comedy Quinceanera.
Hey everybody, it's Lara Scott from KEARTH 101, and we are live from upstairs. We're like in the loft area.
VIP area.
We're in the there's like 5 people in here,
Yeah.
including us. So this
Yeah.
is super exciting. We finally made it to the VIP
Right.
area, Tom, right?
Finally.
We're radio people.
I
So
never
we're
get
here,
invited
the
here.
Laugh Factory on Sunset. I am with the amazing Tom Tran. Can you give us like a little traffic report right now, like in your traffic reporter voice?
Traffic along Sunset Boulevard is going to be busy near Crescent Heights because of the USO benefit here with the Laugh Factory.
Oh my gosh, you have the best voice. So you hear him every day from 10 to 2 on KNX 1070. And he's also a traveling stand-up comedian. You won a comedy boot camp, right? Is that what Gary Bryan was saying?
3 years in a row. And
Wow.
actually, they had to tell me not to come back.
you're just too good. I'm sorry. Stay away.
They were like, just go do a thing with other people to give the other guys a chance. But it was great. That's how I met Gary. That's how I became a Laugh Factory comic, and
Yeah.
that's how I met the guys who became the GIs of Comedy, which is my group of touring stand-up comics, and we performed in 19 countries over the last 3 years. I just sent 6 guys to Afghanistan a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
And they just got back, and it was an amazing 10-day tour performing for the troops over there.
That's amazing. And this is not just something you do because you enjoy comedy and this is your business, but you are a veteran. So first of all, thank you for your service.
Thanks.
And what branch did you serve in? Tell us about that.
I am a retired staff sergeant in the United States Army.
Mhm.
I served from 1997 until 2003. I got wounded in Iraq,
Mhm.
and then I retired at the ripe old age of 26, which is annoying for my father because he's still working and he's
Retired, yeah.
71.
That's incredible. And then how did you get into radio from serving in the military?
Actually, I started in radio first.
Mhm.
I was a radio guy in high school, and then I saw Good Morning Vietnam, and I
Mhm.
was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I went to my recruiter's office, and they're like, that job's not available right now. But we have a radio job and a special operations unit. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And he goes, we jump out of planes and blow stuff up. I'm like,
Right?
I am in. So I became a radio guy.
Mhm.
Totally different, not the same kind of radio. It's very
Mhm.
tactical, whip antennas, marching up mountains. And then I went back to college to get my degree, became a broadcaster. And I did radio for a lot of years before I became a comic. And then it just kind of helped. It all merged together for me.
Yeah. And there's actually video of you online being shot while you were serving. Can you tell us that story?
Yeah, it was my 4th day in Iraq, my first mission outside the wire, and I had a video camera rolling
Mhm.
on our patrol, and we drove into a gunfight. And some people say that my ex had followed me to Iraq, and she was just looking for the perfect opportunity to put me out of my misery. But it wasn't that.
It wasn't her.
Wasn't her. She's not that good of a shot. She's shot at me before, but multiple times. And then, I was in a gunfight, and I took a 7.62 round to the back of the skull.
Wow.
My 4th day in Iraq. Bandaged up my wound. We finished the mission. Actually, did another mission. Went back to the hospital, and I remember the colonel came to me the next day from the hospital, and he said, we were going to send you home, but you wouldn't stop flirting with my nurses, so we figured you were okay. And that's a true story. That's why I
So they got
stayed in
you.
Iraq. They're like, well, he's clearly fine. He won't stop flirting with Specialist Gomez. And Specialist Gomez eventually gave me her phone number, because you can't not give a phone number to a guy who just got shot in the
Right.
head.
You were saying in your set that was the pickup line.
That is the most, if a guy walks up to you in a bar and goes, hey, I got shot in Iraq defending our country, and you don't give him your phone number, that is super unpatriotic,
I was gonna
ladies.
say, that's just wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
also the only guy that would happen to, so.
Well, we're glad that you're okay.
Yeah.
We're so glad you're part of our CBS radio family.
Absolutely.
And thank you for everything.
I'm glad we
you
finally
do.
get to meet, because we're
I
both
know,
on
right?
the air at the same
At
time.
the same time, but we're like ships that pass in the night.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on one floor, you're on the other,
Yeah.
and it took, the USO to bring us together. So
awesome.
yay, you're amazing.
Thank you so
We're
much.
going to be here all morning, hopefully talking to some of the comedians.
Yeah.
We hear Conan O'Brien is going to be coming. Bob Zaney, I love his name. He was just on stage.
Yep.
So funny. Steve
You can watch the live
Hofstetter.
stream
Yes.
on youtube.com/Laugh Factory or donate at bobhopeuso.org.
Absolutely. Get involved and also listen live on KEARTH 101.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next comic, I introduced him to you before. We chatted on here for a little bit, and now I'm very excited to present his stand-up. I've been working with this guy longer than most comedians I know. Absolutely hilarious. You can see him on bajillion-dollar properties on CISO. Please give it up for Mr. Dan Adude, everybody. Dan Adude!
Thanks, guys. Keep it going for Steve Hofstetter. Yes. It's an honor being here, performing for you guys. I've been here since 5 in the morning, and more famous people keep coming in, so I'm surprised that I got on stage. I am actually Iranian. Was not expecting a round of applause. That's okay. I don't really know what I'm doing here, guys. I don't know why I guess I'm target practice. It's too soon. Okay, got it. Actually, I'm also Jewish. I'm an Iranian Jew. That's right. I was conceived in Narnia, and it's good to be here. A lot of comedians, family members and parents are soldiers. My dad is actually a soldier, so give it up for that. Yeah, yeah. For the enemy, but still, he was fighting. I just joined a gym recently because I went through a breakup, and that's what you got to do, right? Because I thought this was going to work out. I canceled my gym membership. I started eating fried foods, but then we broke up, so I got to join the gym again. I joined the Gold's Gym. You guys know what Gold's Gym is? Yeah. That's fun. I don't belong in a Gold's Gym. Gold's Gym is like a very big, muscle-heady gym. Like, it's just dudes walking around snorting egg whites all day long. And I'm very small. I'm a small guy. And the amount of weight that I lift there is like cartoonishly small. People come up to me all the time. They're like, are you doing physical therapy? Are you okay? Did you get into an accident? You look crippled. I did a yoga class. You guys do yoga in the military? I said downward facing dog! You guys don't do yoga? I did yoga. I like yoga. I don't like the instructors. Very pretentious instructors. They always feel like they can breathe into parts of their bodies that lungs don't exist. And they just expect us to do the same. They're like, everyone take a deep breath in through the nose, down the spine, past the back of the knees, settling into the soles of your feet. I'm like, are you freaking hollow? How are you doing this? How are you doing this? I took a spin class once and only once for the rest of my life. Never again. Have you guys ever done a spin class? It's the worst thing ever, right? If the Nazis had an aerobic exercise of choice, hands down, it would be spin class. They'd be like, okay, you're going to get on the bike. Then you're going to lock your feet into the bike. Then you're going to ride the bike until you die. There will be house music. It's awful. It's the worst. And that's another one. I hate the instructors. It's always the same exact instructor. It's always some super skinny, methed out dude in spandex who just took a hit of meth and cartwheels into the class. And they expect you to keep up with their energy level. And they're always like the worst counters ever, right? They're horrible at counting. They're like, you guys are doing great. 5 more seconds. 4. I'm going to hell. That was 30 seconds between 5 and 4. Stick to the Mississippi system. Give it up for Delta, guys. Delta gave $10,000. That was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. I don't fly Delta. I fly United because I don't have a 401k. So hoping I can cash in on getting my ass kicked on the flight. Yeah. Oh, it took you a while. You got it. Okay. You got it? You got it? Up in the balcony. How's it going? Yeah. All right, good. So this is weird. I'm actually an actor right now on a TV show on the Disney Channel. Please, stay seated. I'm on the Disney Channel. I'm on this show called Kickin' It. For real? You watch this? With your kids. Okay, okay, good. It's like Stalker in the front row. Okay, so you've watched the show. So, okay, just to give you an example of how racially diverse and ethnically open-minded Disney is, I want you guys to guess what the name of my character is on this show. I'm going to give you 3 choices of actual names of characters on this show. I'm one of them. Am I Eddie? Am I Rudy? Or am I Falafel Phil? Yeah, it's number 3. This is not a joke. If you guys Google Falafel Phil, my face comes up. Please do not Google, it's humiliating. Phones away, put your phones away. Do not Google. Yeah, I play Falafel Phil, right? Have you seen Falafel Phil? Very clumsy. I think racist is the word you're looking for. But I play Falafel Phil, and oh, you taking a picture? You got kids? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. You can take it out there. Here we go. Thank you. And it's weird because I suddenly, when I did this show, I suddenly became famous to like 5- and 6-year-old kids. Oh, we're back? Okay, and that was really fun. Thanks, guys. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for your service. Thanks for coming out. The end of the story that I was about to tell was amazing, but you'll never hear it. But
45 seconds. That's a lifetime.
45 seconds. Okay. Oh, man, I'm on the clock. Well, now it's really awkward because what if it takes
seconds.
And then
10.
Ah!
That was a great end.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot.
The record ready to go.
Listening to Gary Ryan's comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Chef. Don't miss the continuation of the 2-part premiere of The Night Chef tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
Okay, we are here live. We've been here since 5:30. The audience has been here since 5:30. It's now 8:47. Half the audience has taken a nap, Lisa.
I don't know how they could. It's been pretty darn funny.
Cantor's Deli has donated a bunch of bagels and pastries. It's all upstairs here at the Laugh Factory. You guys can get coffee. Western Bagel donated a bunch of food here this morning. It's great. And the Night Shift on NBC has donated a couple of $250 Visa gift cards, which we will give away another one in just a few minutes with the audience here at the Laugh Factory. It is going to be amazing. And thank you to everybody supporting the Bob Hope USO. In case you just tuned in, bobhopeuso.org has more information about how to support the Bob Hope USOs at LAX, Ontario, Palm Springs, John Wayne Airport in Irvine, 750 volunteers. It's total charitable donations, no support from the government or the military. They just keep sending folks through, which is fantastic, and that's what they love. So we appreciate that. And thank you all for being here this morning, and thanks everybody who's listening at KEARTH 101 and the live stream, youtube.com/Laugh Factory. Now, this gentleman who's coming up next is best known for his 3-year run on Saturday Night Live. Recently appeared in Mad Funnies with Charlie Sheen on Crackle TV and Media, TV One, and Showtime's Roadies. Now, he's currently writing his much-anticipated second book on relationships, his first being a well-received look at his take on dating. He also appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, NBC's Today Show, and many more. And you can find him on the Disney Channel's repeats of Ant Farm, playing the role of Daryl, China's policeman father. He's a devout supporter of the armed forces, recently appearing on Ron White's comedy Salute to the Troops which aired on country music television to benefit the Armed Forces Foundation. Please welcome to the Laugh Factory stage, Finesse Mitchell, everybody. All right.
What's up, everybody? Y'all all right? Yes, yes. I'm happy to be here, performing for you guys, actually. You know, the troops, and you get a chance to perform on my favorite radio station, K101, KEARTH. All the brothers in LA listen to KEARTH. It's the first thing we do when we wake up. We can't take a shower without having KEARTH on, and but yes, and see he said SNL, and now some of the white soldiers are looking at me like, you're not Kenan Thompson. No, I'm not Kenan Thompson. I'm the other black guy that did a strong 3-year run. There was rumors that said I was fired, but that's not true. The letter I read said terminated. It said nothing about being fired, so that was not true. But I've always wanted to support the troops because I recently found my dad, and he said he was a veteran, and I can't prove that, but that's what he said, you know. And I can't prove he my dad, so I got bigger fish to fry. I'm not even necessarily harping on the whole I was a vet thing. I'm an honorary wounded warrior. I've never been in the military, but after my first divorce, my wife took half my stuff, and that left me with PTSD. I ain't been thinking right ever since. Half of $50,000, that's a lot of money, man. You know, if you only got 50 and she take 25, you back at school teacher salary, you know what I mean? I'm like, wait a minute, I've been doing show business all my life, and I'm a substitute teacher now. Anyway. Want to give a shout out to all the single moms out there who raising kids. You know, as far as I know, my mom's a single mom, and all the young moms, you know. Like, my name is Finesse. It worked out for me because I went into show business, but there was only probably 2 occupations you can do when your name is Finesse. That's show business and hairdresser, so, you know, I'm allergic to perm, so I chose telling jokes. The younger the mama, the more jacked up your name will be. That's why I voted for George W. Bush when I was first eligible to vote, because I felt like we needed some good, tough, racist laws in this country. Like, black women under the age of 21 shouldn't be allowed to name black children by themselves. Because names like Finesse and LaQuaque and Alopecia and Plexico, this got to stop somewhere. Plexico shot itself, remember that? This got to stop. Me and my mom never got along, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we in the same age group, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't help her with her homework. She couldn't help me with my homework. I mean, neither one of us could go outside and play till we was finished. I had to go to 4 high school proms in my life, 2 of hers because she couldn't find no babysitter. I'm telling you, man. My teachers would get mad at me. Finesse, you're not doing your homework. Bring your mother up to the school. I want to meet your mother. I'm like, but Miss Green, my mama have her own homework problems. She don't have time to come up to this school. Finesse, bring him up to the school. I said, okay, you'll see. So I told my mom. She rode her bike up to the school the next day. She had that pink Huffy. Remember the pink Huffy with the... Yeah. Hey, Miss Green, sorry I'm late. I had drill team practice. I know my son in trouble. Just tell me what he did. Well, Miss Mitchell, I have been asking Finesse all week. Finesse, who signed the Declaration of Independence? I don't know. Finesse, just give me one name. Who signed the Declaration of Independence? I said, I don't know. My mama said, hold on, Miss Green. Let me ask him. Come here, baby. Bam! Now, boy, if you sign the damn thing, tell her. Let me see the signature. I know his signature. I'll tell you if he did it. Stop signing stuff that don't belong. Go wait on the bike. Well, I say all that to say that we all have tough upbringings, and you know, thank God we have the military to keep us safe. Keep us safe. That's a real statement right there. No matter what's going on in the world, just keep us safe. Can y'all get a message to President Trump? You can't? This the wrong group? Okay. All right. This is the wounded group? Y'all can, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, when y'all talk to somebody who can get in touch with them, tell them to just tone it down just a bit. Because there's a lot of people that I think we can beat in a war. I think we can beat Iran. I think we can beat Syria. We can beat Syria. We can probably beat Russia, Iran, and Syria. But that North Korea, I don't think we can beat them. So can you tell him to tone it down a little bit? Because that little fat crazy man over there, he not playing. He for real. Every time we tell him not to do something, he do it twice, don't he? And have you seen his army? That's a lot of people. And have you seen them march? Have you seen them on TV? That's how they in step like that? That scares me. Because nobody off beat. How you get that many Asian folks on beat? That mean they've been practicing a long time. You seen white boys march with black boys? They can't, it's just everybody bumping into each other, but them Asians, they on step. So that scares me. So let's tell Trump to leave them alone, all right? And I guess I'll close for all my radio listeners on 101 KEARTH to just, if y'all hear me, this your boy Finesse Mitchell. Hey, follow your dreams. Don't let nothing stop you. And if you're not doing something that you're passionate about, it's not too late. And then when you do make it and doing whatever you want to do, and you get good news, share it with people who are positive so they can keep you uplifted. Because sometimes we got negative people in our life, and we don't even realize it. Sometimes they related to you, and you can't even get rid of them because you see them every Thanksgiving. They related to you. So just keep that in mind. Perfect example. You ever call home with good news, and you try to share it with somebody you love, and they just mess up the moment? That's been happening to me all my life. First time I got Saturday Night Live. Mama, I did it. I'm on Saturday Night Live. What night that come on? I'm like, find my daddy. Yo, I'm Finesse Mitchell. That's it for me, man. Thank you very much.
Mitchell, everybody. All right.
He's got finesse.
Funny.
Oh, that is funny.
Funny stuff. Okay, we are going to give away a $250 gift card, Visa gift card, courtesy of Night Shift tonight at 10 on NBC4. I believe we have Steve Hofstetter in the audience here at the Laugh Factory. You have a microphone? Got a microphone? Somebody give him a microphone.
Got a microphone. We have the microphones under the seat in case. Yeah.
In case something. What?
in case we wanted to pick up some crowd noise.
Yeah. In case something was happening, we want to be the first to know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look under your seat. You get a card. No, we're not. We're just giving a gift certificate.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
ask.
$250. Shut up.
Here's a question. The Justice League, DC Comics, right? Everybody know the Justice League, right? There are 6 members of the Justice League. Can you name at least 3 members?
Wait. Before we do this, can I just point out that you said there were 6 and you held up your hand? There are 6 members.
They told him there'd be no math.
His palm is one of the members.
Okay.
Okay. Someone from this side, your hand's waving. All right. Come on over. Come on over here.
Yeah. Let's
Doesn't
find.
count unless you say him into the mic. For $250.
At least 3, right?
At least 3, sir.
So there's Wolverine. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman, Aquaman.
Superman, Batman, Aquaman. The judges have it. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
You got it.
Can you name the other 3?
I'm gonna sound like a nerd if I do, but here we go. Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Cyber.
You said Aquaman twice.
Oh.
But Green Lantern?
No Green Lantern.
Wonder Woman,
no Green Lantern.
Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Aquaman.
Oh, and the Flash.
Cyborg, and the Flash.
So that's more than 6, I think.
That's 6. We'll ask Gary to count those hands again. Here's your gift certificate or your card or whatever it is.
It's $250 gift card.
Wait, tell us your name and rank and where do you serve?
Michael, I'm Captain U.S. Army Recruiting Command.
Captain U.S. Army Recruiting Command.
Yeah, that's right.
So you bring other Army folks in.
Well, nobody here, but yeah.
Nobody here. Okay. I'm like, yeah. I have flat feet. I can't.
Well,
I'm also too old.
So are you the one that tells them, hey, you can do anything you want to do, you can be stationed anywhere you want to be stationed? Is that because my dad did that? He was a Navy recruiter.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
He's like, I'm not at liberty to say how it works.
As a nerd, I would like to say there's like 40 members of the Justice League. As a nerd,
Tom
I'm just
Tran?
nerd-splaining that.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
Enough of this nerd-splaining.
Yeah,
Right.
enough of the nerds.
Also, wait, who did you say? Cyborg?
Cyborg. Yes.
Cyborg
Yes.
is one of the. Where's the Cyborg movie?
Yeah. Well, he's going to be in the Justice League, dude. Come on, keep up.
June 2019.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, Tom Tran knows.
It's after the Flash movie, but before the
Tom, you can't remember to fill the ice tray, and you know.
Yeah.
June 2019. Actually, I already have tickets.
There goes Tom's excuse at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, folks.
No, if he weren't shot in the head, he would have been able to tell us all the stars of the movie as well.
Oh, whoa. Oh no. Here
Henry
he comes.
Cavill, Gail Gadot, Ben Affleck, the guy who plays the Flash.
Are we going to commercial soon?
Yeah. No, we're going to music, baby.
We're going to music?
Yeah, here we go. We're live at the Laugh Factory on KEARTH 101.
All right.
Here
Music.
comes Super Freak.
Hey there, it's Lara Scott coming to you right now from the KEARTH 101 studio. Welcome to our radio home. But you are enjoying the live stream of our Bob Hope USO Radiothon. This is my second year being involved. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you, Gary and Lisa, for having me. This is such a wonderful event, and it's brilliant to bring together comedy and supporting the troops. So big thank you to the Laugh Factory for hosting. And you can always get more info on how you can get involved. Just go to bobhopeuso.org. I love this event because it's so fun to see everyone in uniform just kicking back, laughing, having such a great time, and just relaxing, you know? So what a wonderful way to show our thanks and appreciation for families and men and women that have sacrificed a lot. So bobhopeuso.org, and you, watching at home, kick back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show. Are we still on? Okay.
So, nerd thing. All right, where are my nerds at? All right.
All right, we're recording. Go.
You'll appreciate this. So I have a friend here in Los Angeles who is dating this guy.
Oh, hold on a second. Turn the music off in the room.
Okay. So I have a friend in Los Angeles who's dating this guy, and she asked me for advice as if I know anything about this, right?
You don't know a lot about dating guys in Los Angeles?
Nope, not at all. So she's been dating this dude for like 3 months, but he's not going in, he's like not holding her hand, kissing or whatever. And at first I was like, look, he just seems busy. It's Hollywood. Just let him go. They went on a date the other night. I was like, this is what you do. Take his hand, go to a concert, say, I don't want to lose you in this crowd. Very psychological, very subtle, right? She grabs his hand. She says that, and he goes, oh, no, you won't get lost, and then just walks away. I'm like, all right. So she comes and tells me this Monday. I'm like, all right, this dude's not into you. Just leave him be. And she said, well, he said he's going to be really busy until the beginning of July. He's working on this movie. I was like, well, it's Hollywood. If you let that happen all the time, you're never going to date somebody. She goes, I guess Marvel's like being a pain in the ass. I was like, wait, what movie is he working on? She's like, I don't know. I was like, well, there's only one Marvel movie in July, and it's Spider-Man. You leave that man alone. You just let him do his job. Send him a text message. Occasionally flash a boob, send it over to him. Tell him you miss him. And then after July 7th, full court press. And if it still doesn't work out, then you give him my phone number and have him give me a call. I will.
She
I'm
could
a
be
big nerd.
responsible for the first good Spider-Man movie in a long time.
I know. I was like, dude, your happiness means way less to me than Spider-Man. So let the man do his job and just do that.
Was he upset because he's like, yeah, there's a lot to do on this predictably terrible movie?
No, I mean, the movie's it premieres
You think
tonight.
You think they're gonna finally
This
reboot
is
it
going
and
to
it's
be
gonna be okay?
the best Spider-Man in the history of the cinematic universe.
That
oh,
is.
who just awed? We're gonna
hold on a second. Hold on a second. That is I say this as a Mets fan. That is like saying this is going to be the best Mets team in years.
Hey, did you guys hear about that Canadian sniper who broke the record? 2 mile. All right, let me give you some advice. Don't tell your wife that a dude shot another dude from 2 miles, because I told my wife, and she's like, that's funny. You couldn't hit the toilet this morning from 7 inches away. So just keep that to
I
yourself.
thought you were going to be like, oh, I thought that she was going to be like, I should hire that guy. Like if you have like a really bad fight.
And
just
next
so
year
that
when
you
you
know.
come back, I will be divorced. Thanks to
Yeah.
Steve.
I am divorced thanks to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear this story.
Are we broadcasting this live? Oh, no, thank you.
Something's going to be awkward later.
Yeah, I'll tell you later when there are no
Okay.
cameras around, and also you'll have forgotten by then.
I will tell you this, though. I literally already forgot what he just said.
Yeah.
I will tell
Here's
you-
the thing. I can say that because we've known each other for years, as far as he knows.
There might or might not be a photo of him at my bris.
Yeah, at your bris.
I was seeing if he was listening.
I'm listening.
All right.
My people get bris. Your people don't get bris.
What do you mean, your people?
I mean non-Jews.
Okay, yeah, good point.
Yeah, that's correct.
Can I tell you guys
Your
a story?
people, any group you're in, that's because you're not
Yes,
Jewish.
this is true.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys
Unless
a story?
are you?
About my, no. Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I dated one for a while. And then
Oh, yeah, then totally you're
just
Jewish.
a
It's
lot
communicable.
A lot of guilt for 4 years.
Yeah.
I got 2 minutes to tell you guys this story about when I got my Purple Heart license plates, okay? Get my Purple Heart license plates. I call my buddy John D. down at 5th Special Forces Group. John's got 3 Purple Hearts from various wars. I get my plates in the mail. He says, try to get a ticket. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, try to get a ticket. See what happens. Put it on your truck and try to get a ticket. And this is like 2004. A lot of support left for the military. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to get a ticket. So I put the Purple Heart license plates on my truck, drive down to Buffalo Police Headquarters, park in a handicap spot in front of the police department, walk down to the bar, get hammered, walk back to my car, and these cops are like, is this yours? I'm like, yes, it is. They're like, we're going to give you a ride home. I was like, I was going to go to the bar. They're like, we'll give you a ride to the bar. So they drive me to the bar, buy me a drink. The sergeant goes, airborne sergeant, and walks away. So I called John D. back, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to believe what happened. I tried to get a ticket, and I told him, and he goes, I meant roll through a stop sign, you idiot, not get a DUI. You're the worst NCO ever.
This story, by the way, where's the recruiter? Where did he go? You should just tell people this story, and they're like, I'm signing up.
Are you LA recruiting battalion or SoCal? LA.
All right, back to Gary and Lisa, everybody.
Comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the 2-part premiere of The Night Shift, tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
Oh, what a delight to be here this morning. Yes. The Stater Brothers people have been here with their check, and the Delta Airlines check has been presented. And now, for our live audience here at the Laugh Factory, and we're streaming at youtube.com/Laugh Factory. You can check out everybody that's here. But we want to introduce somebody from Keys Automotive. Keys.
Keys on Van Nuys.
Yes.
Come on, everybody. Nobody knows it?
Everyone knows that
That's
jingle.
right. It's Stacy Siegel, everybody, from Keys Automotive. Hey,
Thank you.
Stacy, get right on that mic, because
Hello.
we're gonna grill you like a cheese sandwich here. Okay? So you guys, Keys Automotive has been partnering with the Bob Hope USO and supporting the military, and you guys have done such a tremendous job. Tell us why. Why is Keys Automotive such a big part of this effort here?
Well, it's part of the Operation Thank You event that we do every May. May's a great month for sales at Keys, and we wanted to figure out a way that we could give back for armed services. And Memorial Day, Armed Services Day, and for every car that we sell in the month of May, a certain amount of the proceeds get taken off the top.
Right.
And we're able to make a donation to the Bob Hope USO,
Yeah.
which is such a worthy organization. It's our first year. Last year we were able to raise $112,000, and this year we're $128,630.
Whoa! And here comes that big old check. Here comes Bob Kirkchin, the executive director of the Bob Hope USO, with a check. Let's see that. $128,630 from Keys
You
Automotive.
sold a lot of cars.
So, I just want to thank our customers and thank our great team over at Keys that really made this initiative a success.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you so much. You guys go take a picture. Take a picture. Isn't that great,
Wow,
Lisa?
that is so terrific.
It is so great. When people get together, it's amazing what they can do to support the Bob Hope USO, and you can find out more at bobhopeuso.org. I hope you do that. And Jamon Brown was in here earlier from the LA Rams. He left a helmet signed by Jared Goff, and he signed it himself, and that's going to be auctioned off on the bobhopeuso.org website. So what an amazing time here at the Laugh Factory every year, every single year. So there she goes. Now we're going to bring to the stage somebody who has been there for us every single time we've done something for the USO at the Long Beach Laugh Factory. And here for the last, this is our 4th year doing our show live here at the Laugh Factory Sunset. This guy's actually a United States Air Force veteran. Very rare for somebody to get out of the military and to have his funny bone intact. So here, so here he is. Please welcome to the Laugh Factory stage one of our good friends, Paul Rodriguez, everybody.
At ease, man. That's right. I was in the service, you know. It's great to be here in the comedy quinceañera, again, bastardizing our language. It's not pronounced right. It's not quinceañera. It's quinceañera, you know. And I can't see you guys because you guys are camouflaged. And it's a good thing to have all of you here. We got the Marines. I was in the Air Force. We kill people from far away. It's we don't get it's not messy, you know. You guys, I know you guys like the guts and the blood, but not us. We like the, you know, a lot of people talk about being in the service and stuff like that. And you know, the over commercialization of our servicemen is what I'm saying. Like, I was listening to radio. Why does Toyota have a Memorial Day sale? I mean, aren't they pretty much the reason why we have a Memorial Day? Oh, come on now. If it were not for them attacking us, it wouldn't be Memorial Day, is what I'm saying. It'd just be like Saturday, you know? Some of you will get these jokes on the way home. This is the material that has kept me on the fringe of success. You know, it's the kind of material that people go, hey, yeah, I don't know if it's commercial. Well, you know, apparently it's not. Right now I'm just up here because you know, they should have told me it was radio. I dressed up, you know, because just for you, out of respect for you folks, you know, because I went out there. I shop at a place called Forever 61. It's a story that it's a store that has you know, stuff that didn't sell right away, so they put it in outlets. And I shop at outlets, and I was going to tell you a wonderful story about my uncle, but Rob Schneider did that, and you know, we care about foot rot ourselves too, you know, because we care. It's real disturbing, the kind of things. I got to keep it clean. That's why it's very difficult. I don't know if you saw the news, but Elmo is the spokesman for immigration now. No, I'm not making this up for the children's fund. Wasn't he involved in some kind of I can't say that either, you know. Jesus, you're limited. But I'm basically here because I believe that the servicemen get too much attention. It's the service women, really, that make everything go, you know. I'm having a private barbecue over at the house. I'd like to invite all the service women. I'd like to personally thank them and you know, for their service. And now that, you know, they got health care, it's a good thing. And, because, well, you know, I won't have to pay for that particular operation, you know. You know, this is, like I said, it's difficult to try to be comedy and try to be clean, because comedy, the very essence of comedy is filthy, you know? It's dirty, because, you know, how many, you know, I'm thinking dirty stuff right now, and I want you to join in with me, because it's the filth that really gets us up in the morning, you know? Nobody goes to work for something nice and clean, but we have to do it because this is a family show. There's families listening to us right now, right? Yeah. You know, unwed mothers is what I'm talking about, because there's nothing I can talk about. You guys are so judgmental. You know? I feel like I'm in front of a few good men here. No, but I have the highest respect for young men and women who serve and who have to walk around with those haircuts. Defending the country. I'm a veteran. I was in Vietnam about 6 months ago. They got really good area there where you can go in there, for a few dollars. You know what I'm saying, huh? And I can't even do that. Oh my God. Defending our country with my genitalia. That's what I was all about. Making sure that there were no diseases that I would take that bullet for you. Because that's how you show love in this country. I got to tell you about the service. The Air Force, we really have the drabbest uniforms. You guys look at these Marines. We got all kinds of, colors and buttons that you put on yourself. And the Air Force was kind of looked like the Maytag man. We didn't get a lot of respect. It was like I'd come home on leave and TWA would give me, people give me their luggage. Hey, here's my luggage. And I'd take it home just to teach them a lesson, because they have to respect servicemen. Because, we're serving too. People say, I didn't know Mexico had an Air Force. No, I was in the American. I know, isn't that messed up? How many Chicanos, Latinos, whatever we're calling ourselves this week we have here? Huh? Let's start our own army, I think, and, no, but that's only, we're red, white, and blue. The 4th of July is not the Cinco de Mayo, folks. This is the 4th of Mayo. I think it's a combination of, Mexican Americans and our love for this country and all the jobs here. It's a good thing. No, we're versatile people. I don't care what restaurant you go to, there's raza in the restaurant, I don't care. I was at a sushi restaurant. Yeah, I know they're Mexicans, I asked the guy what part of Japan he was from. He said Oaxaca. And it's kind of racist of them and make him wear Scotch tape. But we believe in it and we love this country. Donald Trump, it doesn't matter. I'm personally not very popular, say among my people, but I support the president. He's got my whole family deported. I didn't get along with them anyways. There's some people I didn't like, I want to get, especially on my mom's side. I turned them in, as a matter of fact. I did. I turned them in. I called the immigration. I said, here's their name, their address. Here's where they work. They got a fake Social Security number. It was my way of keeping this country safe from really boring people like that, They're in construction, What's going on? Look, if you guys don't laugh, I'll bring Rob Schneider back up here. I don't care, Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm bitter. I'm angry. Because I'm sleeping. I'm at home. I think I was home. I was sleeping. You get a call from the owner of the Laugh Factory, blackmailing me into coming. I would have done it anyways, But no, he's promising me things and waitresses and stuff, But I do it for love of country, All jokes included and aside, being a serviceman and woman is a very thankless job. Just look at your paycheck. And it is, but you do it because what? You love America, right? Right? Huh? It's the 4th of July, a time when you get firecrackers from Tijuana and you blow a finger off. This is how we celebrate our freedoms here, a little recreation of the Gulf War, by throwing an M80 at them. And it's kind of like paying a tribute, is what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying, but I got a few more minutes to kill. I got Gary Bryan saying, get off, we want somebody less funny on. And which is not hard to find. Really, just about. How many of you ever thought about doing comedy, by the way, servicemen here? Good, keep it like that because it's a crowded field. It's a crowded field. Gary, it's always a pleasure,
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. I hope no, I have a big finish.
Oh, that wasn't it?
I knew Mr. Hope, by the way. Did I tell you I was on the show?
Yeah, you knew Bob Hope, right?
Bob Hope was
yeah.
He kept calling me George Lopez. But he was old. He didn't know. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I got arrested. So he lived to be almost 100, right?
Oh, yeah, 100. He made 100.
Damn, a man outlived trees. This man right here.
That's true.
Yeah, they chopped the leg off. They count the rings. That's how they really found out how old he was. But don't worry, Carrot Top will be here in a minute, sir. I know. White guy going, well, it goes for comedy. Come on, I want American comedy. All right, God bless all of you guys. You guys.
Paul Rodriguez!
Semper Fi, baby, yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Funny
Okay.
as usual.
Yep. Okay, on KEARTH 101, you've heard us talking about how much we love shopping at Stater Brothers Markets. Did you know Stater Brothers is Southern California's largest privately owned supermarket chain, as well as Southern California's only locally owned supermarket chain?
Yes, and they truly care about the communities that they serve. Since 2008, Stater Brothers Charities has donated nearly $21 million into the local communities to support hunger relief, children's well-being, education, health, and help for our nation's veterans and active service members.
Let me ad-lib some more. With 169 Stater Brothers markets throughout Southern California, they have 18,000 members of the Stater Brothers family of employees. And since the first Stater Brothers market opened its doors in 1936, their goal has been to serve you, their valued customer, and provide the highest quality products at the lowest prices.
And their pledge still stands true today. Having a backyard barbecue this 4th of July weekend? Well, you better shop at your nearby Stater Brothers for the best deals, everything you need for entertaining. Stater Brothers is known for their high-quality meat department, actual skilled butchers on site, trained and certified by the state of California, and an amazing produce department with the freshest fruit and vegetables.
You know, so thrilled. There's a Stater Brothers in my new neighborhood where I just bought a house, and that was worth buying the house. For more great specials, check out Stater Brothers' weekly ad and digital deals at StaterBros.com. Stater Brothers, where you always get more for less.
You're listening to Gary Bryan's Comedy Quinceanera.
Hey, KEARTH 101 and the Laugh Factory in the USO. Tom Tran here from KNX 1070. I'm here with Jamon Brown, who clearly needs to eat his Wheaties because he plays in the NFL. I'm just a stand-up comic, and I literally tower over him. Do not pan the camera down. Do not pan the camera. I told you literally not to pan the camera down. I had to do this because when I walked up here, and I was like, oh, hey, that's a big dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a very, very warm welcome for Anissa Amana. Come on up! Come on up!
Hello, everybody. Hi. It's such an honor to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm a German comedian, so sorry for my English. It's not my mother language. I'm so impressed to be in this room. Like, this is so many soldiers. Like, our army is like half of this room. Like, yeah, it's really weird. So what also is weird is my first time in California, and it's very weird to be like, you know, I'm kind of famous in Germany. I swear to God, check my Instagram. I'm very famous. Yeah, I swear, check my Instagram. I'm famous in Germany, but I'm a total nobody here. That's so weird. I'm like this guy, you know? I'm like a total loser. That's so weird to be a nobody. So I'm in California, and I have to say, you guys, you are so friendly. I don't even understand, like, this, I'm German. I'm way too frustrated to live in this country. Like, you guys, you go to any random store, everybody will be welcoming you so nicely, will be complimenting you, will be like, oh, hello, hi, nice to have you. I like your shoes. They even be asking you, where are you from? And you'll be like, I'm from Germany. They're like, oh, is it your first time in California? So welcome to California. I mean, they'd be welcoming you as if this is her personal country, you know, as if she's the president of this country. She'd be like, well, you know, in Germany, if you go to any store and be like, and they will be like, oh, you're not from here? You'll be like, no. And they'll be like, so what the hell are you doing in this land? Why are you here for? Just go back to wherever you came from. That's so weird. You are so, I swear to God, this girl at the store, she was so friendly. I feel like she's my best friend now, really. Ashley from Aldo Shoes is my best friend now. I love that girl. She's so friendly. I started stalking her. I don't know, you're just, and then you guys are generally very, very friendly. You get emotionally connected so soon. We Germans don't do that. You say stuff like, you're friendly in stores, but in a relationship or in your friendships, you say stuff like, you be my ride or die. What is a ride or die? I'm German. I'm never gonna die for somebody. What is a ride or die? And then, you know, I'm way too structured. I need a timetable for this. I need to know, when do we ride? When will we die? Is there time for a schnitzel in between? What do you mean by ride or die? I even called my dad. I was like, Dad, they're saying stuff like ride or die. And he was like, no, you can ride as long as it is a Mercedes, but no die. I didn't send you to America for the dying part. You know, my dad is Persian. I see you guys thinking, this is a weird German accent. No, my parents are from Iran. I was born and raised in Germany. So I don't know, you're just so friendly. And then your stores, you have so much product to buy. I've been to a gas station and I just wanted to, I got lost. There were aisles and they were selling teddy bears and everything. They had 25 versions of Dr. Pepper, you know? You can hardly find pepper in a German supermarket. You have 25 versions of Dr. Pepper. You know what you can get at a German gas station? Gas, you know? You guys are just crazy. You have so much stuff. And, you know, I swear, this is like honest. It took us 25 years in Germany to get Diet Coke. Really, they brought Diet Coke after 25 years. Recently, they're talking about getting Fanta into this, yeah? And still you don't have this stuff. You go to a supermarket and you'll be like, do you have Fanta? No. What do you have? We have this one Snickers. You can have that Snickers. I've been to a Starbucks and I just said, hello, hi, can I have a latte macchiato, please? And she was like, yeah, do you want soy milk, coconut milk, almond milk? I was like, what? She was like, what temperature do you want to have it? What temperature? In Germany, you have two options, coffee or no coffee. And the Snickers, maybe. I don't know. You guys are just so... You have stuff like, and I think this is a very California thing. You have like gluten-free, vegan bullshit. You know, like I don't even know what is gluten. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that okay? I don't. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know what gluten-free. I swear, I'm honest. Go to a German supermarket. Ask for some gluten-free whatever. The guy will say, no, I'm sorry, this is not a pharmacy, okay? Please, if you are sick, this is a supermarket. Please go to a pharmacy. Please refer to a doctor. This woman is gluten-free. Can somebody help her? She's like, she's sick. Is this contagious? Please, go away. Gluten-free. I mean, you guys, you have. I found fat-free oil. What the hell is fat-free oil? If I would ever ask for fat-free oil in Germany, they would give me water, you know? They would probably deport me back to Iran. They will say, this girl is way too stupid to be a productive member of our society. She asked for fat-free oil. It's crazy. And then you have all this stuff like, buy 2, get 1 for free. Buy 5, get 7 for free. Buy this, buy that. There was one service offering, buy 8, don't pay shit. Thank you. Thank you. That was actually it. Thank you guys for being my ride or die tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's all. Thank you.
Of Scandinavian Design Summer Clearance Sale.
How are you?
Save up to 50%
Hi.
plus an extra 10% on furniture and accessories.
I just wanted, I'm going to go over and sit with them, but before I do that, I just wanted to salute all of you and thank you all for wearing the matching outfit. It's just really good looking. And that's a commercial we're listening to. Okay, I'll shut up.
From the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Chef. Don't miss the continuation of the 2-part premiere of The Night Chef tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
All right, live from the Laugh Factory. We've been live streaming all morning. We got comedy on the stream, comedy on the air here at KEARTH 101. And please welcome to the airwaves, Bob Saget, everybody.
Oh, my.
Hi, Bob. Nice of you to show up.
It's nice to be here. It's amazing you're doing this. This is a beautiful thing. The Laugh Factory has never been used so beautifully.
You know, you came down to Long Beach and did one of our GI comedy boot camps for us, and we totally appreciated that.
Well, I appreciated being part of that. I salute everybody in this room. I mean, and I just mentioned before that they're all wearing matching outfits, and they laughed, and they laughed simply because it's so early.
Yeah.
But it is. I've done as much as I can, and want to do more for all of our servicemen and women.
Yeah.
I always go to the Walter Reed Center in Washington whenever I'm there, and I see reality of what happens for people.
Right.
And then other people, you're the bravest people. And I salute everybody listening and all the people that I'm looking at right now in this room. I can't thank you enough for putting your lives on the line and for doing it because of your belief and your faith and your strength and your honoring of America and everybody listening.
While Bob just goes on a TV show called Fuller House.
Right, and where I teach that to my children. I want all my grandchildren on the new version. I want them to enlist
It's actually
immediately.
very funny. I'm enjoying it.
It's a sweet show.
It is a very sweet show. If all of you haven't seen it on Netflix, it's very good. Go see it.
And one day it'll be Fullest House. It'll just be me in an urn. I'm ageless, right?
Yeah, right. You are ageless, man. You look great.
Thank you. I have a very young woman in my bed, but. No, she's grown up. She's a grown up. No, this is I'm actually dating a real grown up. My kids approve and everything. She's older than that. It's a big year.
I've actually believe you because I've seen you with her.
You have recently?
Yeah.
Oh,
not
you've been
too long
Googling.
ago. No, I seen you at a restaurant.
Oh, you didn't tell me. Did we talk?
I'm telling you now.
Did you have binoculars?
No, I was sitting right next to you.
You were? What restaurant?
You want me to say it?
Not really.
Okay, then I won't.
That's so funny. I saw you in a hotel room. Yeah.
You're not supposed to say that.
I was, well, no, it's okay. We were together. I was on the top bunk. we like to, when we're together, we like to be like the Army.
But we don't like to share it.
No, we don't let anyone else in.
I wondered how she afforded all those clothes.
It's free coffee every morning. No, she's got the American flag on, which is good.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
And it's hard not to look.
Everybody was saluting earlier.
Oh, absolutely.
With all 5 of their fingers, Bob.
What? This is early.
So, Fuller House.
I go to a wrong place, and then you go right to Fuller House.
Right.
Thank you. I want to thank you. You're a professional. He deserves a round of applause. He is a true professional.
Hey, Bob. Fuller House, season 3.
Yeah.
Season 3 drops on Netflix on September 22nd. Also happens to be the 30th anniversary of Full House.
Wow.
It is amazing.
That's insane.
30 years.
It will never go away.
Well, that's good.
It's just like the USO. I mean, it'll never go away. And I know that, by the way, I not to take the attention off of me, because I'm not really here to promote. I'm here to promote the USO, right?
Yeah, well, and you.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I did a new special, which people will be able to see all over the world, and that will be, I won't say where because we're closing the deal right now, but I shot it already, and I'm really proud of it. And that's the more R-rated version, the soft R-rated. You know, it's not Danny Tanner. I'm not dust busting. So, but it's my stand-up that entertains, which a lot of troops have. Actually, I did a project I was very proud of called Wounded Warriors, and it was about 6 soldiers that came over, and Zach Galifianakis, myself, B.J. Novak, a bunch of different, Louis Black, we all kind of coached them, and it was a Showtime documentary, and I got to get to know them, and they had all different impediments from horrible things that had happened to them overseas, and a few of them got themselves back together and went back over there, and they did stand-up comedy, and it was really courageous, and they were saying that stand-up is harder than going overseas. I said, I don't think so. I don't think a landmine is more frightening than a heckler.
Yeah, but you don't know, man. People just have such a fear of, how do you do that? Because, you know, we're on the radio. Every morning,
can hide behind the microphone.
Every morning when we're on the air, you hear us on the air, but we're in a small room where we can't see the people throwing stuff at the radio and go, what a bunch of morons, you know. So we don't see that. But you're up on stage, you're like, you know,
I can see it.
You can see the people. I mean, that's a tough
I
gig.
love seeing the people. No,
Yeah.
it's been weird. I've been doing stand-up since I'm 17.
Wow.
So I was here before this club. I don't know what this place was. A brothel, I believe.
Might still be.
It is, but Jamie Masada owns it, so I know that it's not a brothel because he tried to get the license and they wouldn't give it to him. But he is a very good man. He does a lot of good things for a lot of people. None of them know about it. But he's been helping the USO for many years, and he also does a lot of things here. Thanksgiving.
Yep. Christmas.
Thanksgiving, Christmas for the troops. I'm also aware that LAX is opening up that giant-looking thing that looks like a giant party dip right in the middle of the whole LAX.
That's the Encounter. Do you remember that place? It used to spin around.
I
when you
do.
would
It
eat
looks like
there.
a giant. Remember the game Simon? It looks like that.
Right,
too.
right.
But it's going to be or like a really good space crab, you know,
Yeah, right.
which I had one once. I dated a woman from the future. But
No.
can you say that in the morning?
Not at all.
Yes, you can. There's no delay, is there?
Yeah.
But that new building right in the middle of LAX is going to be for the USO. They're
Yeah,
actually-
the bottom part of it. They just announced it today. It's like a $5 million project to move in there because they got that people mover coming through the airport.
Right.
Which is,
So
Did
all
you bring
the,
your checkbook?
always.
Okay, good.
It's in my other pants. But it's amazing that that's going to be for all the servicemen and women that come in and out of LAX.
Yeah.
I got very excited to hear that this morning
Yeah.
because it's finally put to good use. Besides just looking like someone from the Jetsons.
yeah, right. I think that building, honestly, I believe this is true, was designed by the Disney Imagineers.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was. And
Kind of like the world of the tomorrow.
Right, like the
That-
Tomorrowland, the original Tomorrowland.
Right.
So that building in the middle of LAX is a National Historic site.
I love that building.
Yeah.
And when they're done with that, they should go back to Disney and make Tomorrowland no longer yesterday.
Yeah, right. Well,
'Cause they're doing a lot of cool stuff. They're making a Star Wars land,
Yeah.
all cool stuff. But
Disneyland is
but
gonna be
Tomorrowland is
Yeah,
very
right.
very yesterday.
Well, that's the future that we wish we had. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
if you really want to look at the future that we might have, then maybe you don't want Tomorrowland. You know what I'm saying?
I do. But I can't tell you, this is like an honor because when Jamie asked me to do this, I didn't realize that servicemen and women would be in the building, and I'm just very, very moved. And everybody listening, no matter where you are, I hope that a tick isn't crawling up your underpants. Well, that's the truth. If you're out there somewhere and that's true, right? I mean, you could have like a tick or a bug or something, or a flea. Have you men and women been stationed where there have been insects where you've been? and they go into places that you don't want them, right?
Yes.
So would you spray like with an anti-repellent? I'm just curious. Does USO provide you with DEET? Because the last thing you want is you're working, you're on watch, and next thing you know you got a tick on your hiney, on your privates. Is it redundant to call private's privates? Is that? Somebody must have said that. Please talk.
Yeah. Bob Saget, everybody.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. Wrong hand, sorry. Thank you, everybody.
More comedy to come. Conan O'Brien is going to be here in just a few minutes. You're listening to The Laugh Factory, the Quinceañera 15-year comedy special on KEARTH 101. Here's Journey.
Bob, would you mind doing an extended thing for the live stream? Would you mind just sticking around right now, doing an extended thing? Could I ask you a couple questions for the live stream? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. All right, Lisa, stop messing with our extended thing. Yeah. So Bob, I've always wanted to ask you this question. So I've seen your stand-up live a number of times. Absolutely hilarious.
You're really kind. Thank you. Where do I make the check?
I'm being honest, to the USO. I'm being honest. But the thing I always wondered is your stand-up is very, very different from your TV persona.
Because that's an acting job, and
Sure.
And I played a dust-busting hugger, and if I did that in stand-up, it would be nice to clean the theater.
Yeah.
But I don't think the audience would laugh.
But what I want to know is, like, how does a development exec see your stand-up and go, that's the America's Dad, that's the cleanest
Well, what happened was before I was on Full House, when I was 30 years old, I had been on a morning show on CBS.
Yeah.
And I got fired from that because I was a little too irreverent for morning television. But before that, I had the good fortune of being in a Richard Pryor movie, and he was one of my idols and actually a friend. And it was called Critical Condition, and it was an R-rated movie. So it kind of incorporated both an earnest young doctor with irreverent comedy. And someone saw it at Paramount, and they were also making Bosom Buddies. I was a warm-up comic and had the same developer and writer as Full House. So he had seen me there, and so they wanted me for the part of Danny Tanner before they hired another person, and then I became available because I got fired from another job for being not enough Danny Tanner like.
I love the idea that you got fired.
That was the worst answer to any question I've ever given.
No, it's amazing because you got fired because you weren't clean enough for morning radio, and they're like, I know, we'll put him on prime time.
Right, and I wanted to. It was like 3 Men and a Baby had just come out, that movie, and
Yeah.
so they were kind of just replicating that, and they didn't know what the show was going to be, and then they found out, and it had a secret to it, which was every single family member of that family, of that Tanner family, and it's so funny to talk about it, but it's the truth. You cared about each one of them. You'd go to a commercial break if Joey had a problem. What am I going to do with Mr. Woodchuck? You know,
Yeah.
Or if Michelle, Ashley or Mary Kate, when they were 3 years old, you'd have a little kid going, I don't know, and they'd play synthesizer music, and people would be like concerned after the commercial what was going to happen. And there's something about our friendship, all the cast friendship, that brought us back so many years later, 20 years later, and here we are doing this hit show, Fuller House, more episodes on Netflix that comes out September 22nd, and we just love each other. I mean, we really spend time together too much, actually. I wish I could get Stamos off my butt.
Now, when you read that first pilot, were you like, this is going to be one of the most lasting shows in American history?
No, I had no idea. I just thought, well, this is 3 Men and a Baby, and we've got a lot of people in this house, hence the title.
Yeah.
And it's nice when you laugh alone.
No, I heard a giggle.
I know, that was me.
Oh, fair.
But it's just a chemistry that happened, and they also had family morals in it, and which is something you don't get to see a lot, where you see, stories being told, what's right and wrong to your kids, and simple situations. But for people now, it's kind of like takes you back to old home time. It's like when I was young on the Brady Bunch, or more really Happy Days, or
Yeah.
it just has morality plays in it, and it still does. The Candace and Andrea and Jody, the way they're doing Fuller House with those kids it's the same exact lessons, which is don't steal and don't hurt people, and we don't have a lot of that, and there's not a lot of shows you can watch with your whole family, and it's a little edgier than it used to be because everything's edgier.
Yeah.
But and then I get to go back and be Danny Tanner now and then, and so it's acting. I did a play a year and a half ago called Hand of God, and I was a Lutheran pastor, so that couldn't be further from my stand-up character. I love acting.
How do you deal with that as a comic when people come? I assume people come expecting Danny Tanner sometimes.
No, not
Do enough
anymore.
people know?
Well, it's been 25 years of my stand-up, and
Yeah,
I've
but
had
people are
4
still
specials.
idiots.
And no, people are not idiots. Only people running the government. But anyway,
That's their boss right now. We got to be careful.
No, hold on. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean.
Said that with your external
I didn't mean our government. I meant in Slotvia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Slotvia is our next
I did not
enemy.
mean the U.S. I salute
Yeah.
I love the U.S. I'm
Yeah.
here because of the U.S. And Jamie Masada also has pictures of me. But
did it happen at first?
Yeah, there was shock value. I did an HBO special called That Ain't Right, which upset people. And then I've done a bunch of stuff I was on Entourage a bunch of times, and that was not at all the Danny Half-Baked. Yes, thanks for mentioning that out, one of our officers. Thank you for yelling that out this early in the morning. I said a line in that movie that I cannot say right now.
Of course.
Because it's not good to say that. And it was a Dave Chappelle movie, and I had been directing a movie called Dirty Work, and that's why I did the line from Half-Baked that I did. But it was... Talk about wanting to change an image. You just say a line like that, and in a second, your image changes.
Yeah.
But I love stand-up, and I'm just did a new special that I'm just thrilled with. I'm really excited about, and I'll be plugging that away everywhere when it's time. But I just finished it. I shot it in Brooklyn, and I'm New York, and Brooklyn Decker, and no, I don't know her, but it's. That doesn't sound good, what I just said. It's early. It's so early.
Well, I'll just pretend it was fine.
Right. It was just good. It was
so-
fine what happened.
So, Bob, this is an impossible question to answer, I'm sure. But
I
I'm
would
ask it
say
anyway.
get her flowers first. I mean, it's always difficult, and just say can I pick you up?
Yeah.
And then be nice.
It's
And,
good
and
advice.
is first base a kiss or a handshake? Does anybody hold hands? Is it holding hands or a kiss?
No, with the kids today, first base is sex.
No, I won't tell you what I think first base is, 'cause I'll close down the show and the station.
By the way, I didn't mean like with adults with kids. I meant like kids between themselves. I just wanted
I
to make
understood
sure
that.
Yeah, just making sure.
No,
we're keeping
no,
things
we're-
clean and
we're
appropriate.
not promoting NAMBLA here.
No, of course not. So
Wow, I got a groan.
this is just the live stream. This isn't on the radio right now.
That's the live stream means most of the world could hear this right now.
That's
so
actually a
you
good
might
point.
have a larger audience listening live streaming right now, correct?
Yeah.
So that's so I want to say in that case how much I appreciate the USO and how much I appreciate everybody that's out there listening wherever you are in the world, and just I'm wishing you and sending you safety wishes and just get home safely, and just sending you love for you and your loved ones and for the people you care about. So
That's phenomenal. Thank you, Bob. That's great.
Yeah.
These are statues of, believe it or not, Bob Hope.
That is Bob Hope.
Yes. And we'd like to give you this in appreciation and gratitude of you coming out today. And
This
being
is
here.
really crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, thank you. These are beautiful. This is beautiful. It almost looks real.
There's
and
chocolate
when-
inside.
And when you say, I love, it's like an Easter bunny.
It's gold leaf chocolate.
Well, that's all I eat. And when you say you want to thank me for coming out today, am I supposed to make an announcement?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Boy, you're a good-looking crowd. This is Bob Hope holding the microphone. I couldn't be more honored because he did so much to bring entertainment to all of the service people all around the world. So-
Absolutely. To be part of this is it's such a tradition. That's a Bobby. It's
Yeah,
one
Bobby.
fifth of the way to a BGOT.
Oh, so you've done these jokes earlier?
No. This is the first time, and they also didn't like it. That was.
I'm just the paint doesn't come off, right?
We'll find out.
It's really nice. I'm sure it's gold laminated.
Chuck Conan may call them.
Jamie Masada
warm
makes
light.
these in his basement. He has cobblers.
If you see his hands are like have some gold spray paint on them still
Always,
from earlier.
always.
They're trying to
That's
get Conan to call
actually
the warm
because he
lights.
breaks.
Wait, what happened? Oh,
I think the sound went out because we're back on the air. No. Oh, we're not back
No,
on
not
the
yet.
air.
Not yet. I'm just talking to my guy back at the station.
How's your guy doing? What's going on back at the station?
He hates me, so he doesn't talk to me.
Can I hear him if I put on the headphones?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hi. Who's this?
Hey, Chuck. Hey, turn off our mics. Hey, Chuck, say hi to Bob Saget.
Hey, how you doing, man? We had amazing service people sitting here in the audience, good men and women. And what are you doing right now? Well, that's good. What are you wearing?
Do you have a call coming in the warm line there?
Yes, he had a call come in on the warm line.
Put it live on the air.
Oh.
Well, that didn't work.
do we have time to take any questions from the servicemen and women for Bob?
What's going on there, Chuck?
How much time do we have? All the front. We're actually not on the air. This is just. Do we have time before we come back on? We do. Okay. Does anyone want to ask Bob anything while we're sitting here? You got a chance to ask the legendary Mr. Bob Saget a question. What do you have, sir?
What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while you were performing?
Oh, that's an easy one. Well, not really. The most embarrassing thing is that sometimes I'll be on stage and I'll play theaters and young people come and they're like rock and roll audiences, and they grew up watching me, but they're like in their 20s, and sometimes ladies will like flash themselves at me, and one of them had me tattooed on her chest, and that was really embarrassing, and it was and I tried really hard to get my face off of there, but I must have been 5-10 minutes of just using what do you use? Goo Gone.
Yeah.
Goo Gone, and my whole life is WD-40 and Goo Gone. Those two products you can pretty much get through life. Tell your kids don't steal, be honest, and Goo Gone and WD-40. Hi, this is Bob Saget for Goo Gone.
How much are they donating to the
Goo Gone's
USO?
the best.
I use Goo Gone all the time.
You all use Goo Gone, right?
It's the best.
You get grease on your hands from a tire, you use Goo Gone. It doesn't even smell that bad.
It smells great.
Tastes great. It's a wonderful it's a great mixer with vodka.
If I were to predict where this interview was going, that would not be what I would predict.
No, you would have never thought.
Not
and
at
who
all.
would call the product Goo Gone? That just sounds wrong.
Yeah.
What
Perfect sense to me.
Do we have time for another question from the audience? All right. Anyone else want to ask Bob
gentleman right
anything?
here.
What do you have, sir?
Bob, thank you for
Sir.
thank you for your stand-up. And where's your next show going to be?
I'm actually going to Portland this weekend because I really want coffee really bad. And then I'm going to be going to West Palm Beach a couple weeks later, and then I'm taking off a couple months. I'm directing a movie, and I'm acting in it, and I'm real proud of it. It's about a kid. It's called Jake, the movie, and it's about a kid that the family believes is on meth, and so they call an intervention on him on Facebook, which is not where you call an intervention. Hence the dark comedy. And so I'll be doing that for a few months, and then I'm going to do a couple more Fuller Houses. And then I'm going to come back here and hopefully see all you guys and bring cases and cases of Goo Gone. And WD-40 does work.
Once Goo Gone gets a load of this and understand and like here's what. Oh, shut up! That was not.
How could you do that?
How dare you?
That's for our troops. How could you? What?
No, I was saying once Goo Gone hears about this broadcast, anyone want to
Yes.
make that dirty? And they are going to. I feel like they're gonna hire you as their
a sponsor.
spokesperson.
Yeah. The other thing is there's a product that fabulous hot sauce with the lady on it with the wooden lid, the wooden screw top, chalupa. And they say that I look just like her. People have been saying, and so I actually I tweeted the company, and the company says no, but there might be Saget's in the descendancy of her family, but she was a long time ago.
Did they
is what
send you
they're
the
saying.
free hot sauce though?
No, I didn't get anything out of it.
What?
But I did get a lot of laughs, and a bunch of people tweeted back. I said that you look just like her. They were trying to claim credit for it.
Oh, we got.
Stamos says he thinks he looks like her. That's how jealous he is of me.
Is she also a beautiful man?
Yeah, absolutely. Who isn't?
Yeah. All right. We have time. I think we have time for one more question. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sure that you're familiar with the Tourette's guy.
Yes, that guy on the web, which is a real syndrome, which I also do benefits for, but that doesn't stop this guy from making fun of me and using my name as a curse
You guys
word.
know the Tourette's guy? He says Bob Saget all the time.
He says it
How
instead
do you,
of-
Have you ever met him? How do you feel about him?
No, I'm afraid to touch him, but I would use Goo Gone, but I would fill him with chalupa sauce, but I think he's part joking and part he did have some issues, but he had billions of hits. It was crazy. Yeah, instead of cursing, school teachers tell their kids to say my name as a curse word, which is really charming. It's really true. They do. It's real nice to be known for certain things. It's so odd. Oh, we're going in 30 seconds. It's all happening. Should I leave? What do I do?
No, stay right there.
He wants you.
Stick around, Bob.
Stay right there.
listening to Gary Bryan's Comedy Quinceanera, celebrating the Bob Hope USO, live from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Brought to you by The Night Shift. Don't miss the continuation of the two-part premiere of The Night Shift, tonight at 10 on NBC4. And now, back to Gary Bryan and the KEARTH 101 Morning Show.
All right. What a morning it's been. Bob Saget's still with us on stage here at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. It's all been, Bob, for the Bob Hope USO. Another great Bob.
Out there. Bob Newhart, we like him.
Yes.
Bobbing for apples. But Bob Hope did so much work, and a lot of comedians have carried it on. I think we lost our sound for a second,
We
but
got it.
that happens when I talk.
You're not like E.F. Hutton.
Yeah.
No, that's right. That's an old commercial, isn't it? People don't say that. It's not their spokes campaign anymore.
No, it's
I'm not making any sense. Please talk.
There you go. BobHopeUSO.org. If you want to find out how to support the Bob Hope USO, only through your charitable donations does it keep going on. And we want to thank Stater Brothers, Delta Airlines, and Keys Automotive, who brought a check for $128,000 this morning.
Oh, my God.
For the Bob Hope USO. And we want to thank all of our comedians. Steve Hofstetter, who is our producer and our on-stage MC during all the breaks. A big hand for Steve, and also Tom Tran. A big thank you to Finesse Mitchell, to Paul Rodriguez, Rob Schneider, Daryl Hammond, also to Robert Wool, who is here this morning. A rare appearance by Robert Wool.
He's
here
so funny.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
And what does my handwriting say there?
It says,
It says,
Jamie.
call me, Bob.
Call me Bob. That was just sneaky. Yeah, Jamie Masada for hosting us here
Yes.
this morning.
Jamie is an incredible guy, and just ask him.
Yeah, and especially to all of you who came here this morning at about 5:30. You've been sitting here for 4.5 hours. I hope you were entertained. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the Western Bagels and the Cantor's Deli and all of that stuff. And we just appreciate everything you do, and that's why we do this each and every year. And I want to mention Jamon Brown from the LA Rams brought the helmet here this morning to be auctioned off. Thank you again. We'll do it again next year. Until then, have a great year, you guys. Happy 4th of July. And happy 4th of July to everybody who's listening to KEARTH 101. We'll see ya right after the 4th.